Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. What's good with you? And so here we go, Titans and Jaguars here, week 18. And so a lot on the line, obviously playoffs here. A lot of teams thinking about playoffs, but we got the AFC South up for grabs. And so right now, Tennessee with the football, Joshua Dobbs, he is going to be quarterback in here. And so first play of the game, let's see. They snap the ball, give it to Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry bouncing off some Jaguar defenders, but they bring him down for a loss. So this could be a good sign here for the Jaguars defense coming out aggressive here. And of course, the Jaguars right now at 8-8, and so they've been on a bit of a win streak here. And Tennessee, they've actually been losing quite a few games as of late. They're 7-9, but they have a chance to right the ship here. And all you need is just a chance to get into the playoffs, and you never know what's going to happen. But here we go, 2nd and 11 right now for the Tennessee Titans offensively. So here we go. Shotgun formation here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Jaguars showing pressure. Will they send it? They snap the ball here. Looked like a little bit of early movement there, but he throws the ball. It's completed to the slot receiver, and that's going to bring up third down about 4 yards shy of the first. And so, Carmichael, what's good with you? What's good with you? Carmichael says, hello, JB. How are you doing? I am doing great. How are you doing? We got 80s here on the stream. Also, what's good with you, 80s? And he says, JB the married man. That's right. That's right. Starting off 2023 married. So, absolutely. All right, here we go. 3rd and 4, shotgun formation. Trips at the bottom of the formation. One receiver up tops. Takes the snap. Jaguar sending six. He throws the ball, and it's going to be dropped. Incomplete. Incomplete. He had a guy, but he felt the pressure in his face, so therefore incomplete. 4th down coming up. Great job by the Jaguars here, and that's going to force the punt. And so, let's see. Eddie says, Mosby, how did your season go? And so, yes, Carmichael, let us know, how did your season go? Let's see. Carmichael says, my season went good. Yours? All right. Meanwhile, we got the punt coming up here. All right. 4th and 4 here. And we'll get to see the Jaguars for the first time offensively here and see if their offense can get off to a better start here. But first things first, the punt from their own 31-yard line. Let's see. Carmichael says he loves Kenny Pickett. Punts on the way. Let's see if we get a return here. He's backpedaling, catches it at the 10, makes the first guy miss. 15, and brought down at the 20-yard line. So that's where the Jacksonville Jaguars will take over for their first offensive possession of the game here. So now, Trevor Lawrence with an opportunity today to get his first shot at NFL playoff experience here. With a win, the Jaguars will be in and would be division winners. And so it's just that simple. Go out there and win. It's just that simple. And so far this season, 24 passing touchdowns to 8 interceptions. And so that is a great progression in year two for Trevor Lawrence. But here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Trevor up under center. One back in the backfield here. You got two receivers, two tight ends. Lawrence making adjustments here. Snaps the ball. It's a play fake. Trevor looking, throws it, and it's incomplete. Now there is a penalty here. There is a penalty. Jaguars think this is going to be against the Titans here. Let's see. Braden, what's good with you? What's good with you? Braden says, hey, JB. Let's see. Eddie says, JB, your Reddit photos, you look like a good looking dude. Not so much in these live streams. I appreciate that, sorta. Let's see. Carmichael says, if we lose to the Browns tomorrow, I will cry. Carmichael, I might need you guys to lose. Either you guys lose or either I need Mike's Bills to lose. One of the two, but I might just need that to happen. Braden says, JB's back again. That's right. Here we go, though. 1st and 10, though. The first new set of downs here after the penalty. They snap the ball, fakes to the back. Lawrence on the move, being chased by a defender, and he's going to sling it. And, oh, it's dropped there by Jones. The ball's a little bit behind him there, so don't blame him for that drop there. But 2nd and 10 after the incompletion, coming up from their own 25-yard line here for the Jaguars. Again, their first offensive possession of the game. Let's see. Eddie says, hey, Braden, those Packers look good. And so, yeah, how about them Packers, though, Braden? Like, last time we were talking, like, you were burying those Packers. But, man, I mean, they're looking pretty good as of now. I don't know if it's too late, but, hey, they're looking pretty good. It should be a great matchup tomorrow when we stream the Lions and Packers. And so I'm hoping that that game actually means a lot. But it'll be fun. Let's see. Braden says, thanks, 80. Let's see. Carmichael says, 80s, you doing JB wrong, man? Tell him again. But here we go. They toss the ball to Travis Etienne. He cuts upfield, and he's going to pick up about a yard on the play. That's going to bring up third down. Now we got 3rd and 9 here for the Jaguars from their own 26-yard line here. Again, first quarter here, 13 minutes to go. First offensive possession here of the Jaguars, and they're faced with a 3rd and long. Let's see how they do. Let's see. 80 says, bro, it's a joke, lol. 80 says, Braden, what is your profile pic? And so that's the first thing I noticed when I saw Braden's name up there. And so it's kind of small for me to see, but it looks like somebody holding up a trophy, if I'm not mistaken. But here we go. Shotgun formation here for the Jaguars. 3rd and 9. Kirk goes in motion. Let's see if the Titans bring any pressure, and they don't. They send 4. Lawrence delivers it short, and it's completed. The receiver fell early, though, and he's going to be a yard shy of getting that first down. That time when he caught it, he was stumbling, so Jones picked up 8 yards. They needed 9 yards. So 4th down coming up. Ball at about the Jaguars' 34-yard line. Now, I know the offense wants to go for it, but logic says you probably got to punt the ball. Let's look at this replay. Good call there. Good call there. He was a full yard shy of that first down. And so let's see. Carmichael says need the Pats and Dolphins to lose. Well, we both need the Dolphins to lose, so we can agree on that. Mike, what's good with you, Mike? Mike says, yay, JB. Glad to see you, Mike. But here we go. They're going for it, 4th and 1. Lawrence up under center, or at least they look like they'll go for it. Let's see if they actually do. There's 5 seconds left here. And it looks like they just tried to draw him off sides there, so they're not going to actually go for it there. Can't blame them for that. So now we'll bring out the punt unit. Again, first quarter with 11 minutes and 37 seconds to go, and that penalty is going to back them up 5 yards prior to the punt. And let's see. Braden says, Lionel Messi with the World Cup trophy 80s. Braden says, we got hot at the right time. 80 says, let's see, JB, I have a message from Spencer Radler. He told me to ask you, how do you like me now? And so, well, the answer for that is he's okay, but still not in love with him. Still not in love with him. All right, but here we go, 4th and 6. Let's see. Carmichael says, let Kenny Pickett cook tomorrow. 80 says, okay, Braden, cool. Meanwhile, punts on the way. See if we get an opportunity for a return here. And he's going to catch it about the 14. Bounces off of one guy and brought down there. So we'll see what the Titans do with their second offensive drive. But again, Joshua Dobbs in there at quarterback here for the Tennessee Titans. And so let's see how he's going to perform. I feel like if the Titans are going to win this one, he's going to have at least a decent game at least. Let's see. Carmichael says, Minka's the best free safety. I'm sorry, yeah, free safety in the league. Braden says, I'm going to get the elephant out of the room. What happened to Ohio State? Ah, Braden, you didn't even give me time, Braden. Like, we're not even at halftime or nothing. You're just going to throw it out there for Ohio State. But but nah, honestly, though, I mean, I'm proud of the way that they performed out there. I mean, I was sad to see because, like, when they were playing, I was at the airport, so I only got to see bits and pieces of it. But, I mean, I felt like offensively they went out there, they balled out. Obviously disappointed that we missed that field goal, but that's, it happens sometimes. You make it and miss it and stuff like that. Defensively, I felt like they dropped some interceptions along the way, but ultimately we had a chance to win the game. We just didn't deliver. And so I don't have an answer for that one, Braden. We just did not deliver, but we certainly had opportunities to. That's for sure. Let's see, 80 says, oh, I got really drunk over the New Year's weekend, and it's all JB's, Braden, and Mike's fault. 80 says, Baker also told me to ask you. And so I'll tell you what, 80s, Baker got me good in fantasy football because, like, in a different league, I was going against the Broncos defense. Well, actually, I had the Broncos defense going against the Rams that week, and he torched that defense. And so it cost me in my fantasy league. I was on my way to the championship, and it cost me. So not too happy with him. Let's see. 80 says, Braden, it's the Ohio State, LOL. Braden says, dang, Carmichael. And so let's see. Michael, what's good with you? What's good with you? So we got Michael. He says, hello. And let's see. 80 says, wow, Carmichael, I'm sorry. You okay? And so, yeah, Carmichael, are you okay? Let us know. Braden says, true 80s. And so, Kenneth, what's good with you? What's good with you? You say we miss you a bunch of streams, and so yes, I miss streaming. Like, I really have missed streaming because I was looking at, like, my history and I was like, man, last month I only got to stream like one day last month. I know with all me being sick and then me leaving the country and stuff, but JB's back, and so we got streams lined up for tonight, tomorrow, and for the championship game on Monday. So Yeah, we're going to be hitting the streaming hard moving forward. So I'm excited about that. Kenneth says, who you got tonight? Well, tonight's easy for me. I got the Jaguars because, quite frankly, I need some insurance in case my Patriots lose. So I know I need the Jaguars to win this matchup here. So I'm going for the Jaguars all the way today with this one. What about you? And let's see. Michael says, hello, 80s. All right, but here we go, guys. First and 10 right now. Dobbs up under center. Ball from their own 16-yard line. Multiple tight ends, two receivers, one back in the backfield. Snaps the ball. Going to give it to King Henry. Henry getting in the backfield. So as of so far, I mean, it's early in the game, but Jacksonville's doing a tremendous job of getting in the backfield. And when you have someone like Joshua Dobbs in there at quarterback, given the inexperience, the defense gets to pile up and stop Henry the way that they are right now. So it's going to be up to Dobbs to make some plays through the air to try to back up this defense and honestly give them more room to work with. Because look at that. Everywhere you look when he got the ball, there's just nowhere to go. There's Jaguars defenders everywhere waiting on Henry to get the ball. Second and 12 coming up, though. Again, first quarter with 10 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Trips at the bottom of the formation here. Shotgun. Woods goes in motion. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Snaps the ball. Gives to Henry out of the shotgun. Henry towards the right side. Makes one guy miss. Lowers his shoulder. Falls forward. He's about a yard and a half shy of getting to that first big pickup there on second down. And now on third and two, you have to think that they'll probably look to try to run the ball again. Let's see. 80 says, JB, I hope your health is better, and so appreciate that. Carmichael says, I am 100. I got to miss an extra week of school, and so glad to hear that you're 100. That is nice. Let's see. Carmichael says, JB, I don't care if the Pats win. I just don't want a losing season. And so I understand that. I understand that. Here we go. Third and two. Woods goes in motion here. Takes a snap out of the shotgun, gives faked it to Henry there, and threw the ball. Caught the defense by surprise and me. I just knew they were going to give it to Henry there, but excellent call. Got the first down, picked up 10 yards. Here we go, first and 10 right now. Ball at the Titans, 34-yard line here in the first quarter with 9 minutes and 45 seconds to go. And let's see, Carmichael says, I don't like Brock Purdy. What do you got against Brock, Carmichael? What do you got against him? And let's see. 80 says, he says, if the Eagles lose to the Giants, you're going to pay someone to like. I hear you. I hear you. Carmichael says, DeMar Hamlin happy that man is doing better. Yes, I am very happy to hear that he's doing better because that was absolutely scary and stuff like that. Because when that happened, I had just got back in the States. And so I was sleeping when it happened. Then I woke up and saw the news and I was like, man, that was absolutely scary. But I am so glad to hear that he is doing much better. That is absolutely tremendous news. Absolutely. All right, here we go. Second and three coming up here. 9 minutes to go in the first. And I got to also say, shout out to the way that the Bills and the Bengals went about checking on him and the way that everybody just put his safety first as opposed to the game, in which that was tremendous to see people actually, show their human side. So that was fantastic. But here we go, Dobbs. He got hit while he threw the ball, and the guy stretched out. That should be a first. That's Burks with the reception. Picked up 4 yards and a first down here. So now we got first and 10 coming up right now from the 45-yard line of the Tennessee Titans. So this is back-to-back times here where third and short. They draw the passing game here, short passes, and it's working out. So as long as he can do stuff like that, when you got King Henry in the backfield, it's going to be open. That play is going to be open. And so let's see. Mike says, JB, you've been gone a long time. That stinks. And so, yeah, I have been, Mike. And trust me, I'm glad to be back. I am glad to be back. All right, here we go from their own 45-yard line. Dobbs up under center, takes a snap, going to give it to Henry off the right guard. Henry fighting forward there, picks up a tough 3 yards on the play. 8 minutes left to go here in the first. Again, the score right now still 0-0. This is Tennessee's second offensive possession of the game right now. Let's see. Carmichael says it's hard for the Pats having to beat the Bills. And so that's the tough part about it. And you know what, Carmichael? Even if we did pull something out of the hat and beat them, we would just be rewarded by having to play them again most in the playoffs and all like that down there. So I'm just like, this is really tough. Really, really tough. I just want us to make the playoffs at this point. Just make the playoffs. I'll be happy. Just don't get embarrassed like last year. That's the goal. All right, but here we go. Wildcat situation here. Henry's going to give it here to the receiver, and the receiver, he's going to pick up a nice 4 or 5 yards on the carry. Now we got third and short coming up again. And so it's going to be up to the offensive coordinator to continue to get creative here to get guys the football with space to work with. This is not the kind of game that you can get conservative with. 7 minutes to go here in the first. Let's see. Carmichael says, Kenny saved the season against the Ravens. Braden says, also shout out to all the medical personnel that saved him. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Shout out to them because they made it happen. They were alert, they acted fast, and they worked extremely hard to bring him back both times. So, absolutely. Absolutely. Mike said, shout out to new Miss JB. And so I know she appreciates that. I know she's watching. So absolutely. Meanwhile, 3rd and 3, Dobbs just throws that one away. Incomplete. 4th down coming up, 4th and 3. And so that's going to pull the drive to an end, and they will punt the ball. Let's see. Mike says, JB, you don't build your team around what? And let's see, Eddie says, JB, when you and your beautiful wife have kids, and if it's a boy, Randall, Jalen, AJ, Reggie, and Devontae are great names. And so, hey, some of those names, I have to agree with you now. Some of those, not Baker or Spencer. Yeah, good luck with that. You will not hear a Spencer Brown. No, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. And Baker is out of the question. All right, but here we go. It's 4th down. They're going for it, and they get the completion. I like it. Pretty much right now, you're fighting for the playoffs here. This is the best start to the drive that Tennessee's, has had, and you can't count on too many of these, honestly, in the game. So why not go ahead and try to capitalize on the momentum and see if you can get some points here? It was about the Jaguars' 48-yard line, so I'm all good for it. But that time, they picked up the 1st down, and let's see what they do with it. Now they're in the Jacksonville Jaguars side of the field. Quarterback up under center here. Tight end goes in motion. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back in the backfield here. So far, 9 plays for 43 yards so far. They give it to King Henry, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but gets brought down. Might have lost half a yard on the play. 2nd down coming up here. 2nd and 11. Ball at the 42-yard line of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And let's see. Carmichael says, yes, Jaguars go. Mike says, hey, JB Nation, we love our Jaguars. And so, yes, we are rooting Jaguars here. And let's see. Carmichael says, what happened to Mac Jones? And so, what happened to Mac Jones? That's something I'll have to get to after this play. But here we go. Got a fullback in the backfield here. Receiver goes in motion, snaps the ball, going to toss it to Henry off the right side. And so he's got some room to work with here, fighting through defenders, and falls forward, picks up about a good 7-8 yards on the play. And now we got 3rd and about 2 coming up. Again, first quarter, 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Neither team has scored yet. This is the second drive for the Tennessee Titans, and they are moving the ball here, trying to see if they can get the first points of the game. But yeah, what happened to Mac Jones? Honestly, I'm not going to put it on Mac Jones. I'm really not, because we didn't have an offensive coordinator, so we did this man no favors. Honestly, in college, you see what happens if you surround Mac Jones with a lot of good weapons. I feel like he's a quarterback that needs to have top tier weapons, which we don't have. We're over there paying Janu Smith as one of the best tight ends, and he's not even a good second tight end for the Pats. And so we just need, and the offensive line has been garbage. Offensive line has been garbage. They can't do anything other than run block. So Mac Jones, he's going to take a lot of heat, but it's not on him. It's the guys around him right now. And of course, he got room to improve maturity wise, but it is what it is. And so, 80s, appreciate the super chat, the first super chat of 2023, folks. And it comes from 80s, and I appreciate that. He says, refill will be back. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Absolutely. And so let's see. Mike says the basic one. Mike says, JB, what should you not build your team around? And so I tell you what, shouldn't build it around a poor offensive line, that's for sure. But here we go, another 4th down situation and another completion on 4th down. If I'm Jacksonville, I'm starting to get frustrated defensively here. You have 3rd and short. You have 4th and short. And Titans are converting right now. They're playing fearless football, and you gotta like it. Unless you're someone like me who needs the Titans to lose, then you don't like it. But great play calling so far on this drive. And so Mike says Bills games don't matter. Pats might as well win. Dolphins need to be humbled. And so, yes, who's quarterbacking for the Dolphins tomorrow? Is it Skylar Thompson? I know I've seen a lot of quarterbacks injured, and they elevated Mike Glennon from the practice squad. So I know they got a lot of injuries going on at that position. Meanwhile, they're going to get the ball here to Henry off the right side. and he's going to pick up maybe a yard on the play. Ball at the Jaguars 24-yard line here. 2nd and 9 coming up here. So far in the drive, 14 plays, 60 yards for over 8 minutes of time of possession. This is exactly how you draw it up here if you're the Tennessee Titans. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, especially if you're taking 6, 7, 8 minutes off the clock. You make life that much more harder for your opponent, and you keep the football and increase your odds of scoring. But here we go, 2nd and 9, shotgun formation, trips at the top of the screen here. Takes a snap, gonna toss it here to Henry off the left side, and Henry's gonna take the ball all the way to the Jaguars 20-yard line here. So here we go, red zone offense. Let's see how this works out. Let's see. Carmichael says, Mike, I feel like the Bills will try to win for Damar. And so I feel like that too. I really do. Mike says, don't build around a running back. And so, hey, the teams that are the best, you look at the Chiefs, you look at the Bills, those are teams, as you say, Mike, that don't build around a running back, and they have tremendous success. And so, I mean, having a running back is great. Don't get me wrong. It is great, but you definitely don't want to build around a running back in today's day and age, for sure. All right, here we go. 3rd and 5 here. 5 seconds right now on the play clock. So they got to hurry up. 2 minutes to go here in the first. Got to snap the ball. Snaps it. Looking. Avoids the rush. He's on the move. He's going to try to scramble for it. And he's going to pick up the first. But wait a minute. There is a penalty on the play. There's a penalty. And yep, that's going to back them up 10 yards there, holding on the offense. So what would have been a first down, now we're looking at 3rd and 15 from the Jaguars 30-yard line. And so let's see. All right, so it is Thompson. All right, bet. Versus Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco, we're gonna have to trust. Mike says I called Lions and Jags in my power rankings, JB. And so nice. I really would love to see the Lions get into the playoffs. I would love to see that. But at the same time, I do sort of want to see the Seahawks get in there also. And I want to see the Packers get in there too. So I'm like, man, there's a lot of teams that I really want to root for in the NFC. And so the NFC picture just looks really exciting right now, if you ask me. All right, but here we go. 3rd and 15, 1 minute and 42 seconds to go here in the first. Tight end going in motion. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Snaps the ball looking. Throws it short to Burks. And Burks, what in the world was that? Like, he just slung it up there. The ball clearly went forward there, so that's not going to count. But my man did he just fling it up there? What? Well, wow. Was I the only one that saw that? I did not expect that to happen. All right, let's see. CM Gaming, what's good with you? What's good with you? How are you doing? And you say, what's good, JV? Hey, JV's glad to be back and appreciate you for coming through. How are you? Let's see. Carmichael says Hurts is playing tomorrow. Lucky Eagles. And so I did see that. That's good for them. Sometimes you want to be able to knock off that rush, especially before the playoffs. So I'm happy to see that because I do want to see him close to full strength in the playoffs. I do want to see that. And let's see. Braden says, that's going to be a bad game. And let's see, Carmichael says my Steelers built around Najee, and so Najee's been great since week 10, and so hey, that does help. That does help that he's improving out there as the season goes on. That does help. Meanwhile, 51-yard field goal attempt is up right down the middle, and Tennessee's able to capitalize with a field goal, getting the first points of the game here on their second drive, and so now Tennessee leads 3-0. Again, AFC South matchup, winner wins the division. So not only do you make the playoffs, but you also get a home game in the playoffs. And so that's what's on the line here today, guys. And what a drive there by Tennessee. I know it ended in 3 points there, but the amount of time that they took off there, they took off nearly 10 minutes in terms of time of possession. 17 plays, 51 yards, 9 minutes and 59 seconds in terms of time of possession off the clock. The only thing they did not do was finish in the end zone, in which if you have a drive that long, you almost have to finish in the end zone. But it was one heck of a drive, that's for sure. And so let's see. Carmichael says all the Packers have to do is win. Carmichael says trust in Flacco. Braden says what was that? Mike says trying to beat Stevenson for dumbest lateral. That was a dumb play. That's the kind of play that you see on Madden when somebody accidentally presses the lateral button mid-play. That's the kind of stuff that you see. But my man just threw it up there. He said, what the heck? We got to move the ball somehow. And that was crazy. Let's see. Carmichael says, Mike, I think it's pretty close. And so, Black Medicine, what's good with you? What's good with you? Did you end up switching your profile picture too? What's good with you? You say poor Henry having to carry the ball and his crappy coaches all season. Let's see. Carmichael says Najee was injured for the first 8 weeks. If your goal is to be number one and losing the wild card, build around a running back. And so you know what? That's kind of sort of how it works, honestly. Either that or just have a team built around just a pure scrambling quarterback. It seems like, but absolutely. Let's see. Carmichael says, Mike, come on, man. Najee's my favorite player. Luca, what's good with you? What's good with you? How are you doing? And you say Josh Dobbs is Timothy. And so, but yeah, I mean, right now though, I'm rooting for the Jaguars. But hey, you guys, let me know who you're rooting for here today. Let me go ahead and set up the first poll of the new year. So a little late, but let me go ahead and get this poll question up there. All right, so who you got winning, Titans or the Jaguars? And let's see, Carmichael says we lose in the first round, but come on. And so let's see, Kenneth says when you're doing basketball game streams, and so that's a very good question. And so I got a feeling that I will probably start doing college basketball over the next week or two. I probably won't do it this week because I'll be doing the national championship on Monday. So I'm trying to keep it at about 3 streams a week right now. But I got a feeling maybe 2 weeks from now, I'll start to add some college basketballs. I thought about doing it this week, but I didn't want to just jump off at 4 streams in 5 days. So I think in about 2 weeks, Kenneth, I should be adding college basketball to replace the loss of college football and so forth. All right, so meanwhile, we got a return on the kickoff to the 28-yard line here for the Jaguars, and that is where they're going to take over their second drive of the game. First drive, unable to get anything out of it. Let's see what they do here. Second time out, first and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Let's see. Mike says getting rid of Christian McCaffrey worked wonders. And let's see. Carmichael says, JB, what do you think about Pro Bowlers? And so, I mean, for me, Pro Bowlers, that's a tough question. That's a tough question, honestly. I mean, it's all good to, I guess be voted for the Pro Bowl and stuff like that. But I feel like it used to mean more about a decade ago, even a little bit more than a decade ago. Pro Bowls used to have a lot more meaning. And so that's how I feel about it. Back in the day, Pro Bowls used to be a big deal, but now we're just trying to save the Pro Bowl game, honestly. We'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence completes a 5 yard pass to Christian Kirk, takes the ball to the Jaguars' 33-yard line. And let's see. But in terms of who actually got selected to the Pro Bowl, I mean, I feel like obviously every year there's always a couple guys where we're like, man, how did they get in? And how did we overlook certain players? But this year, I didn't complain too much about the list, honestly. All right, but here we go. Jaguars up under center here. Gives the ball to Travis Etienne, who's going to try to break it outside. He's stumbling, and let's see where they mark him down at. But it looks like he got enough for the first down and a fresh new set of downs there. Now he's frustrated because if he doesn't trip, then maybe he gets a couple more yards on the play. But we got a first down to work with here, first and 10 from the Jaguars 40-yard line here. Just 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Let's see if they run out this clock here before we start the second quarter. Again, Tennessee leads right now 3-0. This is the second offensive possession here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's see. Neptune, what's good with you? And you say really hoping for the Jags win and a Lions win for both fan base deserves it. I am hoping the Jags win selfishly as a Pats fan there, but I am rooting for the Doug Peterson experiment down here in Jacksonville, so I'd like to see them make the playoffs for that reason also. And when you talk about the Lions, who could possibly root against the Detroit Lions unless you're in their division, honestly? And so it would be exciting to see them in. They did me very good in fantasy football this year, so I am really rooting that Detroit gets in there. I do want to see them get in there. But at the same time, though, no knock against the Green Bay Packers. And let's see. Mike says, I assume you missed it, but Jets quarterback played terrible and body language was he could care less. Pats fans will Mac improve with time like Lawrence or get 49ers quarterback like Bill Belichick won't. And so I feel like Mac Jones will improve, but we got to make sure that we go out there and acquire and get an offensive coordinator, get a solid, proven offensive coordinator to come in there, and then get some weapons. Whether we bring in a guy like hopefully Brandon Cooks, I'd love to have a guy like a T Higgins, just bring in some weapons to help him take that next step. He's going to need some weapons. You can't go ask him to go out there with the weapons that he's got here and expect him to perform at a high level. That's just not going to happen. He needs some weapons. He needs an offensive line also. The offensive line has just been very disappointing, very disappointing. And so, old man, what's good with you? What's good with you? How are you doing? Glad to see we got old man Mop here on the stream. What's good with you? Let's see. JB&M says rooting for Titans. Hope that Henry can carry the ball some more. And so, hey, let's see. Let us see. Let's see. Carmichael says Jalen Warren is a top 10 backup running back. And so I feel like I had a strong feeling that when the Steelers added Jalen Warren, I felt like he was going to be a good addition to the team when they drafted him. I just felt like he was going to be someone that was going to fit in what they were trying to do in terms of the rotation behind Najee Harris. I mean, nowadays, you got to have multiple running backs. So I do like his future moving forward as well. Excited for him and that running back room. And so let's see. Old man says it's time to bring home Bill O'Brien for offensive coordinator. Draft Paris Johnson Jr. and trade for D Hop. Ooh, if we can get D Hop, that'd be amazing. I would love that. That would get me hyped up if that did happen. It really would. And Paris Johnson Jr. I'd love to have that also. But we need multiple guys in that offensive line, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Let's see. Mike says, yo, 80s old Carmichael and everyone. All right, here we go. First and 10 here for the Jaguars from their own 40-yard line to start the second quarter here. You look at the difference in time of possession. Jaguars have only had the ball 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Looking to change that here. They hand the ball to Travis Etienne, and he picks up a tough yard off the right guard there. Now we got second and 9 coming up here from the Jaguars' 41-yard line. Again, the score right now, Titans up 3-0 right now here in the early stages of the second quarter. If I'm the Jaguars here, you got to start picking up some first downs here, start getting some positive momentum. The last thing you want is to get the ball back to Tennessee, considering how long they had the ball last time. You want to get some things going offensively. But here we go. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. But they're going to line up in 5 wide here. Throws it quickly there to the slot receiver, and he stumbles for about 2 yards on the play, 2-3 yards. Now we got third down coming up. And so let's see. Neptune says he's from Chicago. It's all knocks on Green Bay for. I got you there. I got you there. Totally understand that. Definitely understand that. Let's see. Black Medicine says, please take Bill O'Brien. And so I'm over there watching to see, can the Raiders just release Josh McDaniels and let us bring him back? Carmichael says Devin Bush went from a top 10 pick to not even starting against the Ravens. All right, here we go to the shotgun here. 3rd and 7. Lawrence throws it, completed. Travis Etienne picks up the first down and takes the ball into Tennessee territory at their 48-yard line here in the second quarter with 13 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Again, right now, Tennessee up 3-0. Pickup of 9 yards on the play. So did anybody happen to be the champion in their own fantasy football league or any fantasy football league? Just let me know if you happen to win your championship or even make it to the championship round in fantasy football. Want to know how you guys did in fantasy. Let's see. Old says, don't forget to hit that like button. Absolutely, yes. Make sure to press that like button. Meanwhile, they give the ball here to the back, and he's going to lose a yard on the play. It was hasty with the carry. 2nd and 11 coming up here from the Titans' 49-yard line here in the second quarter. 12 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Again, Titans up 3-0 so far in this one. Let's see. Mike says NFL desperately needs 2 bye weeks. You know, Mike, I would love to see the NFL adopt 2 bye weeks and add just 1 more game. And if we have to make it possibly even 3 bye weeks, I'm in favor in that as well. But I'd like to see an even number of games and to add an extra bye week. Meanwhile, they give the ball here to the back, and the back picks up about 2 yards on the carry. Hasty again with the carry. 3rd down coming up here. 3rd and 8. So these are the situations where you got to be able to convert and move the ball. 3rd and 8 right now. Ball is at the Tennessee 46-yard line. So far in this drive, 7 plays, 26 yards, over 4 minutes and 30 seconds in terms of time of possession so far in this drive here. Let's see if they can get 3rd and 8. Meanwhile, if you're Tennessee, you're looking to get them off the field here. All right, shotgun formation here. All right, timeout is called here. So they're going to call a timeout here. Jacksonville calls a timeout. Up, never mind. It's actually a penalty here. So 12 men on the field. Now that's something you just can't do. You can't have 12 men on the field there. That's something you got to avoid here, especially on third down. It's already third and 8. Now you're looking at third and 13 right now. Let's see. Carmichael says, "Oh, I already did." Let's see. Carmichael says, "I was able to win one and lose one." And so, okay, bet. You're able to win one. That's what's up. Mike says, "McDaniel's getting fired soon." Mike says, "One less preseason, one or two more buys, and one more game expansion teams." Meanwhile, the pass crossed the middle. Was that completed? It looked like it was completed at first glance. And yes, a 16-yard completion there to Christian Kirk. So now you got first and 10 right now. Ball at the Titans, 35-yard line. Big time play there. Third and long through the center of the field at that. Let's see. Oh, it says, "JB, did you see the video of Bill Belichick and D Hop after the game?" And so I did not. I did not. All right, but here we go. First and 10. Shotgun formation here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Snaps the ball. Lawrence looking in the pocket, throws it. And it's caught by Jones, and it's going to be a pickup of 5 yards on the play. Now we got second and 5 ball right now at the Tennessee 30-yard line. Again, they're down by 3 points right now, 3-0, looking to get their first points of the game. Let's see. Braden says, we play against each other in the fantasy play. Oh, you wish that we played against each other in the fantasy playoffs? Hey, that would have been nice. I wish so too, but it didn't work out that way for my team this year. It did not work out. Once again, was a high seed and got put out early once again. Let's see. Braden says the Pat should trade for him, and so I would love if we trade for him. I would. Throws the ball there to Travis Etienne. Another first down there. This time picked up 8 yards there. So Trevor Lawrence delivers the pass to Travis Etienne. First down. Now we got first and 10 right now at the Tennessee 22-yard line. 10 minutes to go. But so far on this drive, 10 plays, 50 yards, over 6 minutes in terms of time of possession so far on this drive. And so just like what Tennessee was doing prior, but let's see if the Jaguars can actually finish this one in the end zone. I mean, all that's up for grabs is a home playoff game, right? So there you go. And looking at Travis Etienne, his numbers this year from scrimmage, over 1,400 yards. You remember last year, he missed his entire season last year due to the injury that he acquired before the season even started. So for him to come in and do this kind of an impact this year, oh my goodness! You try to get cute with it, you try to get fancy, and you end up losing the ball. That is a turnover. Wow. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do it. What you were doing was working. You did not have to do that. But this time, that's on the offense coordinator there. You got a little too cute with it. A little too cute with it. A fumble. That's going to go down as a fumble. But wow. Look at that. Let's see what happened here. So first he fakes it to Travis Etienne, then he tries to pitch it, makes it look like it's going to Kirk to try to catch the defense off guard. And that's all nice until Askew drops the ball, and then it's just on the floor for Tennessee to grab it. They're lucky it wasn't a scoop and score. Look at that. I mean, horrible pitch. I mean, you think the kid never ran the option before. Absolutely horrible pitch. And so just like that, a turnover. I mean, you cannot gift your opponent turnovers like that. You can't. Things were going pretty good too. You're moving the ball not too far from scoring, and you was at least going to come away with a field goal attempt or something. So there was no need to call that play. Not if you're the Jaguars. Tennessee, I could understand, but not if you're the Jaguars. No. Let's see. JB says the Pro Bowl should be mid-season. It would be like a second bye week, and it'd be fun. You know what? That would be a great idea. I never thought of that before. That would be a great idea actually, to make it like a mid-season event and stuff like that. That would be cool. That would be cool. Absolutely. And also, yeah, prayers for Demar. And so happy to hear the positive news about Demar, though, because that was really a scary situation there. And so just the fact that he was able to, like, I mean, everybody played their part, from the medical team to go out there and perform in the clutch situation as they did, remain calm, and then to continue to just, like all the support, then the players after the game going there to the hospital, some of them and stuff like that, and staying there for days. I mean, definitely shows the care and the support, and absolutely tremendous to see that he's progressing nicely. Absolutely. Let's see. Mike says, "Hurts my MVP. Who you got, JB Nation?" And so, yes, let's go ahead and see how the poll's doing right now. That would be a great poll question so far. Let's see who you got winning. All right, so right now, through 11 votes, 64% right now is leaning towards the Jaguars right now. 36% is saying Tennessee. And let's see, O says, Mike, Justin Jefferson. Ooh, Justin Jefferson. I mean, if I'm going to go receiver, I would go Justin Jefferson if I was going to go wide receiver. I mean, because this man has been playing tremendous all year long, and no doubt Minnesota is where they are because of him. No doubt about that. All right, but here we go. Second quarter, 9 minutes and 24 seconds to go. So we got Dobbs up under center, ball right now at their own 31-yard line. Went back in the backfield, takes a snap, fakes it, throws it to Henry there, and so Henry picking up steam, and so he goes out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. Picked up 19 yards. I'm not going to lie, I was nervous for them on that play. All I saw was Jaguar defenders around the ball, and I was like, don't tell me they're going to make the same mistake that Tennessee just did, but they executed that one. I'm sorry, not Tennessee, that Jacksonville just did, but they executed that one nicely. Let's see. Mike says, this is a playoff game. Absolutely. This is for the division and for a home playoff game. So basically, it is a playoff game. Tight end goes in motion. They're going to give it to King Henry up the middle, and Henry's going to pick up about a yard on a carry, taking it into Jacksonville territory at their 49-yard line here in the second quarter with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go. I guess I'll say for my MVP, I got to go Patrick Mahomes right now. I got to go Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that. Everything that he's doing for Kansas City, I got to go Patrick Mahomes. All right, but here we go. Second and 9. Here you got the shotgun. Trips at the top of the screen here. One tight end at the bottom of the formation. Takes a snap. Quick throw there to Burks. And so Burks uses the stiff arm. Picks up about 4 yards on the play. Now tell me this, JB Nation, because I do know how you guys felt about Malik Willis last year entering into the draft. Do you guys still feel that Malik Willis is the future for the Tennessee Titans, or do you guys feel that Malik Willis is not the future for Tennessee and they should look elsewhere when it comes to their long-term quarterback position? How do you guys feel about Malik Willis as of right now? Is it too early to call, or have you guys seen enough? Let me know. Meanwhile, third and 5 right now, 7 minutes and 32 seconds to go. Snaps the ball, Dobbs throws it over the middle, and it's going to be completed there to the tight end. And let's see, they stopped the play there, but let's see. That's going to be a first down. All right, so that time you just found the middle of the field there. Got the first down. That's all you need from Dobbs right there. You don't have to go out there and look like Patrick Mahomes, but you just got to go out there and make plays like that. Now, he is getting hit. Every time he throws the ball, no matter how short, he is getting hit with those passes. But I like the fact that he is staying in the pocket and making those passes. Now, Josh Dobbs, I remember back when he was at the University of Tennessee, this has always been someone that I was rooting for back when he was buried on the depth chart of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going to give the ball to Henry up the middle out of the shotgun. He picks up 3 yards in the play. Now we got second and 7 coming up right now from the Jaguars' 35-yard line. Let's see. Carmichael says, my MVP is Pat Mahomes. Okay, Mike says TJ Watt, Allen, Hurts, and Mahomes. All right, Mike says Malik needs more time. All right, so Mike thinks that Malik Willis needs more time. Okay. I mean, he is a rookie, so, more time is definitely, he'll get better in time. But did you see enough from Malik Willis to make you feel like he could be the future of this team? That's really the question. They're going to give the ball here to Henry, and so Henry, he's rumbling. Deadly stiff arm. Deadly stiff arm. I feel like once every 4 or 5 weeks, he puts on a clinic with those stiff arms. I mean, I need to know what type of workout this man is doing with his arms because look at this again. He sees the hole, he makes the cut, and then the nasty stiff arm there. Guys go flying when he stiff arms. Look at that. This is a grown man he knocked to the floor like that. Takes the ball to the Jaguars 21-yard line. Tight end goes in motion, going to line up at the fullback spot. Snaps the ball, play fake. Dobbs looking, throws it, and it's going to be caught for the touchdown. So Tennessee gets the touchdown. So how about that? 21-yard touchdown pass. And so that's the power of when you have that play action. And they knew that King Henry, I mean, after you stiff arm someone like that, believe me, the defense is going to be on high alert. So excellent play call there. Play fake, hit the tight end in the end zone, and he got him. He got him. Defensive back never turned around, never located the football there, and he was behind from start. That's a catch, clean catch, inbounds. Excellent play call, excellent execution. There you go. Let's see. Carmichael says Malik Willis is always going to be known as getting drafted after Kenny Pickett. Got to throw that one in there, but you're right. But that time, 7 plays, 69 yards, and they capped it off in the end zone with a Josh Dobbs touchdown. And look at that. Every time this man delivers the ball, he's getting hit in the pocket, but he is still standing strong and delivering. You got to like a quarterback that when he gets hit, he still delivers. And that's exactly what Joshua Dobbs is doing in there. And I'm very happy for the guy. I know I want Tennessee to lose for reasons of my team, but I'm happy to see Joshua Dobbs go out there and perform how he's performing right now. Definitely rooting for the kid. Let's see. Ode says, I think they need to bring in a new offensive coordinator and they need to build the offense around him and Henry. Okay, let's see. Mike says he can't always start like Peterman does, JV. Somehow Peterman finds a way. He finds a way. Let's see. Mike says I want Malik to get a few milli and go play for his favorite your favorite USFL team. Oh wow. So Mike's saying send him to the USFL. And so bet. How good was he, JB? And so well, I mean, I don't, in my opinion, for Malik Willis, I mean, a good runner, but he's got so far to go as a passer, so far to go. He's going to have to really just hang around the NFL and just really slow down his game and just really process better, in my opinion. But hey, I appreciate the super chat there, 80s once again. And he says, touchdown. Where the heck is JB? Someone check GameStop. You're not going to find JB at GameStop anymore. I guarantee you that. But hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, 80s, once again. And let's see, Mike says, JB, you doing XFL or USFL? And so I'll be doing the USFL again. I'll be doing the USFL, but I might check in on the XFL possibly. I might even end up doing both, Mike. I might honestly end up doing both, honestly. But for sure, I'll be doing the USFL. We had a lot of fun with that last year. Let's see. Oh, it says, JB, we need the Titans to win. Yes, you say we need the Titans to win? I thought we needed the Jaguars to win. Let's see. Braden says Josh Gordon is going to be playing in the XFL. Let's see. 80 says, hey, Ode. Ode says, what's good, 80s? 80 says, Derek, used car MVP of the USFL coming soon. Wouldn't that be something? If we see my man in the USFL, that would be a fall from grace. That it would be. All right, but here we go again. The score right now, Tennessee up 10-0. And so Jacksonville, last time they had the ball, they tried to get too fancy with the play call there. And so Trevor Lawrence ended up making a bad pitch, and they lost possession of the ball, which resulted in Tennessee scoring. When you turn the ball over, points off a turnover, they really hurt. But let's see what the Jaguars do this time. They're going to try to return the kick here. Let's see. He's at the 10, the 20. 25, 30, he's running at the 40, 45, tripped up at midfield at the 50. Let's see if this will be the spark that the Jaguars need. Let's see. Oh, it says that's what I'm asking. My bad. And so now we need the Jaguars to win because if Jacksonville wins, then the AFC South can only send one team to the playoffs. Meanwhile, if somehow Tennessee were to find a way to win this one, and they got the lead here, so it's certainly possible, but if they were to win this one, then it's like, oh man, the Jaguars still have the same record as the Patriots and stuff like that. And so, and assuming what happens with Buffalo and stuff like that, I'm just trying to make sure we have all the room for error that we have. And let's see. Old says, I miss Josh Gordon on the Patriots. He was one of my favorite players, and I still rock his Pats jersey. Kenneth says, what do you think both college football playoffs so far? No preview show for Monday Night Football. And so, well, you know what? How I feel about the playoffs so far, I am embarrassed for the Big Ten. I mean, I'm a Big Ten guy first and foremost and stuff like that. Seeing Michigan lose and seeing Ohio State lose as a Buckeye fan, obviously my team hurt, but I saw Michigan lose also. And as a conference, it really, really hurt. I see us do it all the time in college basketball where we'll send the most teams into the bracket only for none of us to make it to the Final Four. But it was embarrassing to have two teams in the Big Ten and not one of us can get to the national championship game. That was just flat out embarrassing. Outside of that, though, I was happy for TCU and stuff like that. And well, the Buckeyes just didn't deliver. They didn't deliver. All right, but here we go. 2nd and 5 and a 6-yard completion to move the chains here for the Jaguars. We got 4 minutes and 32 seconds left here before halftime. Jaguars trail right now 10-0 to the Tennessee Titans. And let's see. But I honestly feel like Georgia's going to go out there and Georgia's going to take care of business. I think Georgia's going to win that one. But hey, we'll see how TCU does. I feel like TCU is going to put up a better fight than most people probably think. But ultimately, I got Georgia winning that one. And he throws the ball and it's incomplete. Try to throw it to Hasty out the backfield there. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up here. 2nd and 10. And so again, we've got 80s here with yet another super chat. Appreciate you. And he says, head coach JB is starting Earl Campbell our king. Henry, old man, please explain to JB who Earl Campbell is. And so good old Earl Campbell. And so, I mean, if I could get that Earl Campbell from back in the day, I certainly would start him for sure. For sure. Let's see. Mike says Dolphins needed to be humbled. Mike's not going to let it go with the Dolphins, but yes, they have been on the wrong side of a couple scores as of late. Here we go. Lawrence throws the ball, and it's going to be completed there across field, 4 yards on the play. Now we got 3rd down coming up here, 3rd and 6 at the Tennessee 35-yard line. Let's see. Old says the Ohio State Buckeyes cost me a lot of money, and now the Patriots would cost me 50 more. And so, ouch, ouch, Old. I mean, it really did hurt, and I felt really bad for Noah Ruggles though, because I mean he's a good kicker. The kid's honestly a good kicker. He's just a kid. That's a lot of pressure. I know he was nervous and stuff like that. So definitely, I've got nothing bad to say about the kid. The kid's been an excellent kicker. He just made a bad kick. But hey, it happens. We're humans, and so I just hope that mentally that he's okay. Honestly, but here we go. 3rd and 6, throws the ball across the middle and takes it to the 25-yard line. That was Ingram with the reception, 10 yards on the play. So now 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Jaguars here trying to finish the deal this time. See if they can get into the end zone. Mike says 80s is making it rain, and yes, he is. Old says 80s, I believe JB knows who he is. Absolutely, absolutely, yes. Let's see. Carmichael says Tua is attracted to concussions, and so that brings us to another conversation entirely when it comes to Tua. He's had like 3 concussions this year. At some point, when do you just decide, like it's enough, it's not worth it, long term. But here we go, play fake. Lawrence looking to the deep left side, and Christian Kirk in the end zone. 25-yard touchdown. Trevor Lawrence to Christian Kirk. I've heard that combination a lot this season, and that's a touchdown. Now the Jaguars are on the board. They're all smiles and high fives over there on the sideline. Here in the second quarter at 2 minutes and 36 seconds left to go. Big touchdown there for the Jaguars. I feel like the last drive could have been some points, but they turned it over. But this time they made up for their mistakes and they finished in the end zone. All right, so right now throughout 12 votes here, 58% say the Jaguars and 42% say the Tennessee Titans. And extra point is good. Let's see, Mike says, I think Can is high. Let's see, Carmichael says, touchdown, Christian Kirk. Let's go, Jags. And let's see, 80 says the Dolphins head coach will be on to catch a predator, LOL. But touchdown for the Jaguars here. So now we got ourselves a game here. We got ourselves a game, which is great. Who do you guys think will end up being the Raiders quarterback next season? Assuming that they end up moving on from Derek Carr, which it looks like they will. Who will be the Raiders quarterback next year, guys? What are some options of potential candidates? Because I'm looking at where the Raiders, currently will probably be at, when the draft happens. And so I doubt CJ Stroud will be there. I doubt you'll have Bryce Young out there available. Maybe Will Levis possibly will be available out of Kentucky, depending on how you feel about him. But if they don't end up drafting one and they do end up moving on, who's going to be quarterbacking for the Raiders next year? Potentially. Let's see. Oh, it says people said Jags overpaid him. Well, it looks like the Jags were right, and so the Jags knew what they needed. And when you're a team like the Jaguars, coming off the records that they had last year, sometimes you're gonna have to, as they say, overpay. But hey, you're not paying for what a player's done. You're paying for what a player's going to do. So if you believe that guy is that guy, then you pay him, and that's what they did, and it paid off. It paid off. Let's see. Mike says Dolphins need a quarterback with no first. Let's see. Old man says, and next year they'll get Calvin Ridley. And you know what? I forgot about that. They will get Calvin Ridley. I forgot about that. Jaguars about to be the team in their division. And let's see. Old says Brady or Jimmy G. I feel like it may end up being Tom Brady. That's certainly a possibility. But if not him, then you're right. Jimmy G might make the most sense if it's not Tom Brady. Because, I mean, who else you going to get? Carson Wentz? I don't think so. I don't think you want that. Let's see. 80 says Tom Brady, hashtag 12 Raiders. Now, that would be interesting. Mike says Thomas Brady. Let's see. Carmichael says I have CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, and Will Levis all going before before they get drafted. Based upon the standings last time I looked, I would have to agree with that as well. I think that those three quarterbacks will be off the board by the time the Raiders get up there. But I mean, because the Falcons, they may be looking at someone as well. So you're right. You're right. And so let's see. Neptune says Tom Brady. And so it does make a lot of sense. It does. I mean, Tom Brady, he would get to throw to Devontae Adams. He would get to throw to Darren Waller. And I'm pretty sure with Tom Brady, Darren Waller will find a way to get back to his peak form. If he had a guy like Tom Brady at quarterback, he'll utilize him. Hunter Renfro, that would help him a lot because he'll utilize him a lot. Plus, not forgetting, if they still had a guy like Josh McDaniels at quarterback who's familiar with Tom Brady, I'm sorry, at head coach who's familiar with Tom Brady, throw that in there as well. All right, but now we had the kickoff here, and so let's see what they're going to do here from their own 29-yard line here for Tennessee. 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go here before the half. I'm sorry, 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Here we go. Dobbs up under center here. Tight end goes in motion. Two tight ends, two receivers, one back in the backfield. Their own 29. Snaps the ball. Going to give it to King Henry up the middle. And Henry picks up a yard, but there is a penalty here. And that should move back the offense 5 yards. Let's see. Mike says, has Dobbs ever had a chance before? What if he really good? And so other than Tennessee, Dobbs has just really been mostly, to my knowledge, down there in Pittsburgh. He was like their fourth quarterback. Mostly they would keep him around for practice squads, couple preseasons and stuff like that. Because in years prior, he was behind guys like Mason Rudolph, Dwayne Haskins, Ben Roethlisberger, guys like that, in the past. And so he really didn't get an opportunity prior to coming to Tennessee. All right, they give the ball here to Henry, and so Henry's going to pick up 2 yards off the right guard. So now we got 2nd and 13 coming up here from their own 26-yard line. Again, they lead right now 10-7 here in the second quarter with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Quarterback up under center here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back in the backfield. Got the 2-minute warning coming up soon. Let's see if they get a playoff before that 2-minute warning. And no, 2-minute warning is going to hit, so we're at the 2-minute mark. Again, a score right now, Tennessee with the football and the lead, 10-7. But Jacksonville was the last team to score. Again, everything that's on the line here, we're talking playoffs and a home playoff game. And that's extremely important because you just never know how things play out in the playoffs. And so let's see. Where am I? All right, so Old says, JB, can you imagine if Brady went to the Raiders? His career will end where the Patriots dynasty all began. I can certainly see that. If he leaves the Buccaneers, I'm certain it's going to be for the Raiders. But at the same time, though, I mean, you'll go against Kansas City. You got to imagine that Denver will be better next year. And then you'll have the Chargers also. That'll be interesting. It will be interesting. And I wonder if he does end up going to the Raiders, will that possibly mean that maybe Sean Payton potentially ends up going to the Raiders as well since they tried to link up before? You never know. You never know. Let's see. Braden says, I thought Tom Brady was going to go to the Raiders instead of the Buccaneers. Let's see. Where am I? Jay, what's good with you? What's good with you? And you say, what's up, y'all? Long time no see. I know, Jay, it's been way too long, but hey, this is the best part of the year, right? We got playoffs coming up here. Then after the playoffs, we'll focus on college basketball. Great time of the year for sports, no doubt about it. And glad to have you here. And hey, congratulations to your Kansas City Chiefs going out there and securing that number one seed. Congratulations. Let's see. O says the Raiders need to go all out in the offensive line no matter who the quarterback is. That's a fact. O says, now does Adams get traded because one of the main reasons he went to the Raiders is because of Carr. That is a fact. And so I did wonder about that myself. But hey, if a team's paying you that much money, you got to play with whoever they stick with. But hey, if you get Tom Brady, though, you got to tell me he's going to be happy to play with Tom Brady. I promise you that. If you get Tom Brady for the Raiders, he will be happy to play there. And let's see, Mike says, hashtag free NFL ticket. Yes, please. Oh, it says JB February 10th. I got to talk to the surgeon and find out the date of my surgery. All right, so they pushed it back to February 10th. Okay, definitely do keep us updated with that and certainly hoping for the best news possible. No doubt about that. Again, right now we're currently at the commercial there because of the 2 minute warning, but we should be coming back here now, actually. Let's see. Braden says Josh Dobbs was with the Jaguars in 2019 as their backup. Okay, I did not know that. Okay, bet. Carmichael says Carr will end up going somewhere like the Colts or the Jets. I think that, you know what? The Jets do sound interesting, but I feel like Indianapolis, if they don't end up drafting Will Levis, because I feel like that's going to be their best option available when they pick, then I can certainly see someone like Derek Carr. So I could see Carr going to the Colts, honestly. I could see that because they're tired of getting old guys who's just going to flame out. So I can see that. All right, they give the ball to Henry out of the shotgun. Henry fighting forward there. Takes the ball to about their own 30-yard line here. Timeouts called by the Jaguars here. They want to preserve as much time as possible here. 3rd and 8 coming up. 1 minute and 55 seconds to go before the half. Again, the score right now tightens up 10-7. Let's see. Mike says, where can Carr go? And so, yeah, I mean, I feel like Indianapolis is a possibility, but I mean, if they can draft the quarterback, then so be it. But I don't, they may not be able to draft one. So a guy like Derek Carr would make a lot of sense there. You can also potentially mention a team like the Jets, potentially Washington. That's a team you might want to throw out there because I doubt they're going to want to go with Tyler Heineke or Carson Wentz next year. You can always throw, well, Houston's going to draft the quarterback. I feel like Atlanta's going to draft the quarterback so those teams won't matter. Maybe even Carolina. I really don't know what Carolina's going to do at quarterback next year, but you cannot go out there next year with Sam Darnold. You just cannot do it. I won't let them do it. I won't let them do it. Let's see. Mike says Dolphins car, and so I don't see it. I don't see that being the case. But it sounds like Aaron Rodgers, if he had his way, he would love to potentially be a Dolphin. He would love that. I'm not saying that that would happen, but I know he would love it. And let's see. Old says if Tua can't play, I can see them trading for Carr. And so if Tua decided to hang it up, which I don't think that he will, I mean I think he would try to come back again. But if that was the case, then trading for a guy like Carr, that might make it would make a lot of sense. It would. And let's see. Carmichael says, nah, Jay, I have the Texans drafting Bryce Young number one. And so, yes, I believe the Texans will draft Bryce Young. I mean, he's just, I know height wise, he's not what you want, but everything else, the kid's got it. He's got it. So, of course, Houston will need a lot of pieces around him to add offensively, but I can certainly see Houston being that team to take him. Now, CJ Stroud, I think a team like Atlanta potentially. I got to look at the order again of the draft, but I believe Atlanta is the next one up that makes a lot of sense for me. I want to know what are the Saints going to do at quarterback next year. That's what I want to know. Are they going to try to go back out there again with Andy Dalton? What are the Saints going to do at quarterback? And again, last time we had a timeout, so we'll see what they call here on 3rd and 8. Again, a ball right now from their own 31-yard line here for the Titans. Let's see. Oh, it says, or if Brady goes to the Raiders, I can see the Bucks trading for Carr. And so, ooh, you know what? I almost forgot. If that's the case, if Brady leaves the Bucks, they're gonna need a quarterback also. All right, so here we go. Shotgun formation. They're 3rd and 9. Two receivers, two tight ends. Tight end goes in motion here. Takes a snap. Looking. Dobbs throws it and complete it for the first down. Needed 9 yards and picked up 10 yards. Excellent pass there, first down. Great job. So what you do with that first down, you keep the Jaguars from getting an opportunity to get the football, at least for right now. And so excellent job. Mike says he likes Tua, just not the Dolphins. Okay. Carmichael says, what about the Broncos and Sean Payton? If there's anyone that can save Russell Wilson, I believe Sean Payton is that guy. He's used to having a quarterback of Russell Wilson's size, and we saw what he did with Drew Brees. So if anyone can do it, he can. All right, they give the ball here to Henry off the right side, and he's going to pick up 4 yards on the carry. We got 2nd and 6 coming up here from the Tennessee 45-yard line. A minute and 35 seconds left to go here before the half. And so if Tennessee is going to want to score here, let's see if they add a little bit more sense of urgency right now. They're content with running the ball, and they feel like if they score nice, they just don't want to give Jacksonville another opportunity at trying to score before the half. But here we go, 2nd and 6 right now. Quarterback up under center here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back in the backfield. Play fake. Dobbs with it. Dobbs on the move. He's still looking. He's still running. He's going to run. He picked up the first down. He picked up about 11 yards on the scramble and a fresh new set of downs here, taking the ball to the Jaguars 44-yard line. Now we got 1st and 10. You see the look on Trevor Lawrence's face there. He didn't like that too much. Let's see. Jay says Sean Payton to LA if McVay retires. I am monitoring that situation. Wherever there's smoke, there's fire, and I'm hearing a lot of things about Sean McVay that makes me believe. I'm wondering, like, me personally, I'm like, last year you were just in the Super Bowl. I know this year was a bad year, but call it bad luck. But we'll see how that situation plays out. Now, selfishly, I want him to come back because I want Cooper Cup next year for my fantasy team. So, yeah, I'm hoping that he does come back and that things go back to normal. But we'll see how that plays out. All right, so we got 2nd down here. Timeout called here by Tennessee. Their first timeout here of the first half. 57 seconds to go here before the half. Tennessee up 10-7. Let's see. Ode says the Saints need to blow it up. It's time. You know what? You're right about that. I feel like this would have been the year if their team actually would have panned out how I thought it was going to. But you're right. Like you're right about that. It has to be. Mike says the solution to every team is get Josh Allen. If only it was that easy to acquire him. Mike says if anyone wants the Raiders, that's at home. Let's see. Jay says, I'm really liking Dobbs tonight, using his legs. And so, yes, I like his poise. And I like how Dobbs is standing when he does stand in the pocket and he's getting hit, or even when he's on the move. He is throwing the ball despite the fact that he's getting hit and he's delivering at the last possible second for some of these key passes. Here we go. 2nd and 5 out of the shotgun. Dobbs throws it over the middle, complete it to the tight end, and he's going to take it to the 25-yard line. 50 seconds right now before the half. They're hurrying up here. They got 2 timeouts to work with here. All right, they're lining up shotgun formation. Snaps the ball. Throws it near the sideline, and that's going to be incomplete. Incomplete. Trey Burks couldn't handle that one. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up right now. 2nd and 10. Ball at the Jaguars 25-yard line. They lead right now 10-7. They would love to add another touchdown or even a field goal here before the half. Let's see. Mike says Dawson Knox improvement remarkable. And so Mike says, Powder need Dan Arnold. And so you're right. You're right. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 10. Question is, who's going to be Indianapolis head coach? That's the question. They give the ball here to Henry, and so Henry's going to pick up about 7 yards on the play. We got third down coming up here. Third and short, 26 seconds right now before the half. Meanwhile, throughout 15 votes, y'all, throughout 15 votes here, the Jaguars are leading so far. 67% are choosing the Jaguars here. Again, 23 seconds here before the half. We will close the poll at halftime. Again, third and two right now. If you're Tennessee right now, first and foremost here, you got one timeout remaining here. So if you can get something, get that first down, probably go out of bounds there, save yourself some time so you don't have to burn that time out there. Take a shot towards the end zone if you get the first there, but you ultimately give yourself an opportunity to get a touchdown. If you get a one-on-one matchup there in the end zone, you want to take it. Look at that. Derrick Henry so far, 17 rushes, 71 yards. No doubt he's impacting this game in a big way. But here we go. Shotgun formation here. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. They fake it to Henry. Dobbs on the move. He's jumping around. He's looking. And they bring him down for the sack. Bring him down for the sack here. And so fourth down coming up. So now if you're Tennessee, just go ahead. Take it to about a good 4 seconds left. Kick the field goal and take us to the half. That time they put him on the move. He's had some success on the move, but Jacksonville that time ready for it, and they got him down for the sack. All right, let's see. Mike says best quarterbacks in the draft. And so, yeah, without doubt, in my opinion, it goes Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. You know, you can probably mix it up depending, but I got Bryce Young 1, CJ Stroud 2. Then Will Levis will be 3. Now, after that, I gotta really. I feel like I really gotta just, I guess, study more who's my fourth quarterback in this year's upcoming draft. But here we go. Got a field goal attempt coming up here before the half. Let's see if the Jaguars try to call a timeout and maybe try to ice him here. 39-yard field goal attempt. Let's see. Mike says Mr. JB takes on the Colts. He is not happy about the Colts, Mike. He's not talking about Indianapolis right now. He's not happy with anything that they're doing. He's embarrassed by them. And so, yeah, he's not talking anything Colts right now. Let's see. Carmichael says JB bet the Colts will win it all next year. And so, not next. No. JB will not say that. Let's see. 80 says, wherever there is smoke, there is fire. And so, JB's quote of the year, right? All right, so Jacksonville did call their second timeout. All right, so here we go. Going to line up again here. 39-yard field goal attempt here for Tennessee. If he makes it, it will extend the lead to 6 points. Hold is good, kick is up, and the kick is good. And that's going to take us to halftime with Tennessee leading 13-7 over the Jaguars. In the second half, the Jaguars will get the football first, but that's our score. Tennessee up 13-7. Leslie Carmichael says, JB, you're going to draft Derek Carr in fantasy next time. And so if JB can help it, probably not. Most likely not. Mike says, zero chill, old. Let's see. Mike says Colts are what is known as a tire fire. Kenneth says we're at halftime now, and that's absolutely correct. And so I'm going to go ahead and end this poll here. And so, but that's how it was. 67% of you guys believe in Jacksonville to win this one. But let's see real quick how the stats played out here in the first half. All right, so for Tennessee, Joshua Dobbs, 12 of 15, 114 yards, averaging about 7.6 yards of completion, one touchdown, no interceptions. Absolutely love that stat. He also has about 11 yards rushing as well, but I absolutely love that stat right there for him. No turnovers, high completion percentage right there. That's all you can ask of him. He was sacked that one time there. So other than that, a pretty flawless first half there for Joshua Dobbs there. Love what I'm seeing from him. For the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, 11 of 13 for 98 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. And so both of these quarterbacks are going out there protecting the ball. That's good news right there for both of their respective teams. Now the biggest difference though, though, comes on the ground game. Tennessee has 20 carries for 86 yards. Meanwhile, the Jaguars, 7 carries on the ground for 16 yards. And so you look at Tennessee, Derrick Henry responsible for 17 carries and 71 yards. Out there, his longest run of the night, 14 yards. And so you look at Jacksonville, Travis Etienne, he's got 4 carries for 14 yards out there, also has 2 receptions for 17 yards also. And so there you have it. That's what's going on there so far in the first half of this one. Receiving wise, though, Austin Hooper. He has 4 catches for Tennessee for 38 yards. And so, and then I'm not going to mess this guy's name up, but on Conroe, he's got 2 catches for 31 yards and a touchdown also earlier in this one. And so, yeah, those are receiving wise for Tennessee. As for the Jaguars, Christian Kirk, 4 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown for the Jaguars. And so, Jeannie, what's good with you? What's good with you? Appreciate you. You say good play by play. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And so, Kenneth says we're at halftime now. You better believe it. You better believe it. Let's see. Carmichael says, JB, your top 5 quarterbacks this season. Ooh, JB's top 5 quarterbacks this season. I mean, I got to say, top 5, Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Hurts, got to throw those 2 guys out there fast. Josh Allen, you guys know how I felt about Josh Allen and what he meant for me in fantasy football for sure this year. And then outside of that, when we're looking at the fourth quarterback there, for me, I'm trying to think fourth quarter. I mean, Tua this year, I feel like Tua, the way that he performed when he's healthy, I'm not talking about the games that he got hurt and stuff like that, but when Tua was healthy out there this season, Tua was magnificent early on. So I got to include him in that conversation there. And then at the fifth quarterback role there, I'm just looking to make sure that I'm not overlooking anybody before I say who that fifth quarterback is for me. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say my man Joe Burrow. I'm gonna go ahead and say my man Joe Burrow out there for that fifth quarterback spot. And so that's my top 5. You know what? I gotta go ahead and say Jared Goff up there. I know it feels weird saying Jared Goff up there, but if we're talking about purely just this season and what he's did, he's definitely had a top 5 season, no doubt. You cannot discard what Jared Goff has done this season. It's been incredible for Detroit how he has performed out there, especially like what around week 8 moving forward. I mean, pretty much all season. My man's been outstanding, but he's gotten even better as the season has gone on. So, absolutely. Let's see. Mike says, is Griffin jersey backwards or double sided for RG3? And let's see. Carmichael says Griffin's jersey is backwards so you can see the Morris last name. And so, yeah, that was intentional. Let's see. 80 says, is this the JB Nation for halftime show? Absolutely. You better believe it. You better believe it. You better believe it. And so now is the time where we're going to discuss the playoffs. I mean, because this is what Week 18 is all about. Which teams are going to clinch playoff spots? Which teams are hot? Which teams are not? We're going to discuss the playoff picture. And so let's start with a couple of teams in the AFC and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and get a poll question there. And so 80s again with the super chat. Appreciate you again. And you say, JB, I may be drunk, but it sounds like you are back. You know what? That's not the alcohol speaking right there. 80s, I am back. That's for sure. You say, let's go, Jalen Hurts MVP. So there you go. There you go. I mean, Jalen Hurts, if not for the injuries, he would have been number 1 for me on that board. Heck, he might still be, honestly. But he has had a tremendous season for sure. Tremendous. And let's see, Mike says first topic, JB, and then you say 80s. And so, yeah, so we're going to discuss the AFC playoff picture first. Let's talk about the AFC. Obviously, right now, Kansas City earlier today went out there. They took care of business. They knew what that meant. At 14-3, secured home field advantage, secured the division. Remember, the AFC West coming into the season, we were talking about how tough the AFC West was going to be, all of that stuff. It was supposed to be the toughest division ever in football. Didn't pan out that way for other teams, but Kansas City went out there and did Kansas City type of things. And so, how do you guys feel about Kansas City, Buffalo, Cincinnati, teams like that? And then, like we'll throw in the Chargers, the Ravens. Give me your best odds in terms of your top 3 teams to come out of the AFC in order. I want to hear your top 3 teams in the AFC in order, from first being the most likely to come out to the Super Bowl in the AFC. So give me your order. I mean, we've got the Chargers there. We've got the Ravens, teams that have already clinched. Let me know your thoughts. Let's see. Carmichael says, shout out to Geno Smith. Yes, shout out to Geno Smith. I loved it. I loved what he did there. I'm happy for him. Not gonna lie, when that situation happened down there in New York, years ago, when he pretty much lost his starting job, it was tough how he lost his starting job there. But to see this man bounce back, keep fighting, keep fighting. I remember when Eli Manning got benched and Geno Smith got the start, and man, the outcry against Geno Smith. But to see him keep his focus, keep fighting, and then eventually he was rewarded with an opportunity. Shout out to Pete Carroll for giving him an opportunity to go out there and win this job, and he did exactly that. He did exactly that. Let's see. All right. So Mike says Bengals and Chiefs hitting full stride. Bills are going through a lot. So you've pretty much got the Bengals, Chiefs, and then you get the Bills an outside chance in that order. Okay. Okay. I would have the Kansas City Chiefs number one. I have Kansas City number one. At number two, I gotta go with Cincinnati. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati number two. At number three, I'm still going Buffalo. I'm going Buffalo number three, and so I potentially could move them up to two, but I'm gonna go with the Bengals there at two for the reasons that you mentioned. The Bills, they got a lot of things going on right now. A lot of things going on right now, so I could say that. I feel like the Bills will play inspired though. They will play inspired. And so let's see. Mike says playoff scenarios, AFC, JB. And so let's see. Carmichael says the Bills one. He's got the Chiefs two, Bengals three, and then he says the Steelers four. He added that fourth one because of his bias. And so, hey, as sport fans, we can be as biased as we want, for sure. So, all right, let's see. 1 second there for your question there, Mike. 1 second. Let me see if I can get pull that up real quick. Let's see. All right, give me 1 second here, and we should be able to pull up the clinching scenarios for these teams. All right, so some of the teams in the AFC that needs a little bit of help are either just coming down to the last moment to potentially get a wild card seat or something like that. I mean, we'll start with the Dolphins. You know, the Dolphins, they can get a wild card berth, but they will need to beat the Jets and they'll need the Patriots to lose to the Buffalo Bills in this week tomorrow. That's what they would need for the Miami Dolphins to get in. And of course, they got Skylar Thompson who should be quarterbacking for them. So I'll take Joe Flacco in that matchup over Miami. Especially, I think that game is at the New York Jets, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think the Jets will win that one. Now, as for the Jaguars, they'll make the playoffs if they can, beat the Tennessee Titans here in this game here, or they will clinch it with if the Steelers were to lose to the Browns, if the Patriots were to lose to the Bills, and the Dolphins were to lose to the Jets, they have an opportunity for that as well. Let's see. The Patriots can clinch a wild card berth with a win over the Bills or a Dolphins loss to the Jets. Let's see. And the Steelers lost to the Browns, and the Titans lost to the Jaguars. And so obviously, a lot of things right there for the Patriots. So the easiest path is just to win, baby, win. That's it. But we'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, once again, 80s is going prime time here with another super chat. Appreciate that again. And you say, JB, at your wedding ceremony was an emergency quarterback ever needed? The emergency quarterback got to start that game, 80s. So I got to actually start that game. So the emergency quarterback was the quarterback there. Let's see. Kenneth says one, he's got the Kansas City Chiefs. Two, he's got the Bengals. Three, he's got the Buffalo Bills. And four, the Baltimore Ravens. And so Baltimore is a team that I'm looking at them out of the corner of my eye. I would have loved to see Lamar Jackson in there the last couple of weeks there. But if Lamar can come in healthy and if he can just give us what he gave us early in the season, that would make them very interesting, I feel like. Very interesting. Let's see. Mike says Steelers, Pats, Dolphins. Jay says, I can see Brady or Garoppolo going to Vegas next year. I feel like I can see the same thing, honestly, especially if they keep Josh McDaniels for some reason again next year. Mike says, Pats can get in with a loss if, and let's see, just don't want the Dolphins. And so Mike just doesn't want the Dolphins in. And so I understand that. Carmichael says, Steelers have played one game under Mike Tomlin after being eliminated from the playoffs. And so There you go. And so we've talked a lot about the AFC picture, though. I mean, there are some teams, the Steelers, they can clinch a playoff berth with a win over the Browns. The Patriots lost to the Bills, and the Dolphins lost to the Jets. So the Steelers have an opportunity. So a lot of teams have a lot of hope for tomorrow, for sure. And of course, Tennessee, they can get in, but they will have to beat the Jaguars to make that happen. And so now let us discuss the NFC, guys. And so for the NFC, same question that we have for the AFC. When it comes to the NFC, who are your top three teams in the NFC to make it to the Super Bowl? And give me that one, two, three in order. Again, top three teams. There's some great teams in the NFC. I mean, for me personally, I'm looking at the Eagles. How healthy is Jalen Hurts going to be? I'm looking at the 49ers because the 49ers, even in years where they haven't done so good in the regular season, they still put up quite the fight in the playoffs. They're just a nightmare when it comes to matchups in the playoffs. So you got the Eagles, you got the 49ers. If you believe in Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, that's a big if you believe in them. And let's not forget Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. They'll be in the playoffs, so them in the playoffs, you know how that could play out. And then the Cowboys, America's team. How will they do? Then there's the Giants. Every time the Giants are in the playoffs as a wild card, I'll just leave it at that and let you guys put that together. But what do you guys feel about them top three teams in the NFC? Let's see. All right, so Jay says Chargers might do well in the playoffs. Every time I believe in the Chargers or the Ravens in the playoffs, Jay, they let me down. So I'm not going to do it this year. I'm not going to jinx them this year. I'm not going to hype them up. I'm just going to let them do what they do. And hey, if they go out there and surprise me, it'll be a happy surprise. Mike says all of our guys are hurt. Dolphins win on miracle, and they thought they won the Super Bowl. Mike says for Seahawks. Jay says NFC better watch out for Green Bay if they make it in. Mike says Lions could be eliminated by night game. And then let's see, Mike says Eagles and Cowboys outside 49ers. And so, all right, so you got the 49ers outside. You got the Eagles and the Cowboys. Okay, bet. Mike says Brady wild card. Carmichael says one, he's got the Eagles. Two, he's got the 49ers. Three, he's got the Cowboys. Okay, Mike says I predicted the Bills versus the Bucks. Day one. Day one. I got to say, for me, my top three teams, I am debating if the Eagles are one. Because if the Eagles are fully healthy, they are my one. They are my one. But right now, I mean, the 49ers, Debo Samuel being back and stuff like that. Purdy's looking pretty good right now. So I'm going to go ahead and say 49ers one. I'm going to say Eagles a very close two, in which I could easily swap there. And then at three, in that playoff picture, I'm going to go ahead and say the Cowboys at three. Just slightly giving them the edge over the Buccaneers for me at three. Slightly. All right. Meanwhile, though, kickoff is on the way. They script kick it here. Second half on the way. Let's see on the return. He's got it. He's about the 20-yard line. 25 goes out of bounds at about the 27, 28-yard line, and that's where the Jaguars will take over for the first possession of the second half. And let's see. Carmichael says, I will give four to the Packers. Mike says, Cardinals quarterback situation. What's your take, JB? And so, man. Cardinals, their entire situation right now, it's a mess. But what are you going to do? You pay Kyler Murray all that money and stuff like that, so you're kind of stuck with him at quarterback. Mike, that's the reality of the situation. They're stuck. The Broncos, they're stuck with Russell Wilson, so you got no choice but to try to make it work, and that's what the Cardinals are going to have to do. Try to make it work because you went ahead and paid that man all that money. Meanwhile, Lawrence, play fake. Those are the ask you out of the backfield. Uses his blockers, and he's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. We got second and two coming up right now from the Jaguars' own 36-yard on the Jaguars trail right now, 13-7. Let's see. Carmichael says fifth is the Bucks and sixth is the Vikings. Jay says top three for me in the NFC: San Francisco, Philly, and then the Bucks. Gotta respect that list there. The Bucks are certainly a team. I mean, for me, I was debating it internally: Bucks, Cowboys, Cowboys, Bucks, and so absolutely. But here we go. Second and two, shotgun formation. Takes a snap, gonna give it to the back here, and Travis Etienne looks like he got to the line there. Depends on where they mark it. It should possibly be a first. Let's see. All right, they're going to say that he's short here. Looks like they're going to say that he's short. Let's see where they mark it at. If so, why not just quarterback sneak it? It's literally right there. Just quarterback sneak it and get that first. But third and one. All right, let's see. Kenneth says one the Eagles, two the Cowboys, three Tampa Bay, four the Niners, and five Green Bay. Okay, okay. Mike says worst situation, Wilson or Murray. Ooh. Worst situation honestly has to be Wilson, I feel like. Wilson is worse because of the fact that Wilson can't get you points. My man can't get he can't get you points. Everybody looks better than him. The moment he gets on the field by the second drive, fans are booing so bad that you have to take him out. The kid has lost confidence. The kid has no maturity. He's lost the locker room completely. Kyler Murray strikes them as arrogant and all like that, and he's, stuff like that. But at least he can go out there and occasionally play the position the way it's supposed to be played from time to time. But Zach Wilson, what he did this year, no, that's a very far way to come back from. I mean, it's very tough to come back from that. The way that the fans have already turned on him. Meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence, they took my advice there. Try the quarterback sneak it, but let's see where they mark it at. Did he get it? Let's see where they mark it at. He only needed about an inch or two, it felt like. So that's going to be a first down. It was close, but he got the first down. Let's see. Mike says Hackett could not hack it. Mike says could Dolphins swoop up and get Lamar? And so nah. I feel like the Ravens they're either gonna pay. Well, they're probably most likely gonna franchise tag him. You know how they love to franchise tag him, and so he'll probably end up getting paid after they franchise tag him and go ahead and give him a deal. I mean, he is your franchise quarterback. He sacrifices a lot out there in the field, so just go ahead and give him his money. Meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence play fake, defender in his face, throws it to the tight end, shakes off one guy, and he's going to pick up the first down there. And that's Luke Farrell, the Ohio State tight end that they drafted in the fifth round with the first down. Picked up 11 yards on the play. First and 10 from the 49-yard line of the Jaguars. Again, first drive here of the second half here for Jacksonville, and they trail right now 13-7. Let's see. Jay says if Miami got Rodgers, then everyone better watch out. Can you imagine? And so, hey, Rodgers, Tyreek, Rodgers, Waddle, woo! I mean, absolutely. But I mean, hey, Tua's doing right. It's just injuries though for him. It's just injuries. Meanwhile, first and 10, play fake. Lawrence looking, throws it. And oh, he dropped the pass there. Incomplete. Incomplete. They always say the best ability is availability. And for Tua, that's always going to be a serious concern. They tried to get Teddy Bridgewater, which when I saw it, I was like, look, Teddy on paper, Teddy's nice. If this was Madden, having Teddy as a second option is good because in Madden, apparently, you don't get injured. But in real life, Teddy can be out there for a quarter or two and then he gets injured. So Miami really has to have a third string quarterback that they can rely upon if Teddy's the backup behind Tua. So either you go out there and get you a solid backup quarterback. Heck, maybe bring in Jimmy Garoppolo if he's okay being quarterback number two in case Tua goes down and he has to go in there. But I know Jimmy gets hurt too, but he'll give you some games. All right, let's see. Carmichael says at this point Wilson is in a worse situation. Mike says Frank Wright can't hack it. Mike says who else getting fired? And so you know what? That's the question. Who do we expect to get fired, guys, other than Jeff Saturday? Who are we expecting to get fired there? Lovey Smith. I'll throw him out there because Houston was just a mess this year. All right, but here we go, guys. 3rd and 2. There is a penalty here. Let's see who moved first. It's like a false start on the offense here. That's going to move the offense back. 5 yards, false start. All right, let's see. Mike says that he fears a healthy Lamar. Let's see. Mike says the Jets quarterback easy to move on from more because he ain't making the quarter billion. And so you're right about that. But just the fact that you know how teams are. They drafted him with the second pick there, and so they want him to work out. And what are they going to do now? I mean, is Mike White going to be the quarterback moving forward? Those are real questions. Lawrence throws it. And it's going to be completed for the first down there. I do say a penalty down, though. Let's see. It may be on the defense, though. That might be on the defense there for defensive holding. So far here, guys, 7 plays, about 40 yards in about 3 minutes and 42 seconds in terms of time of possession so far off the clock. So that's going to be a first down here. I feel like if Tennessee loses this game, Mike Vrabel, look out. Turn your phone on silent, cause yeah, he might be a guy that might get that call. Josh McDaniels, his phone should already be on silent, cause it could happen to him also. Cardinals, their coach, gone. There's quite a few guys that could be gone. All right, here we go. Lawrence takes a snap out of the shotgun, throws it over the middle to Jones, and so Jones takes it all the way to the 11-yard line. All right, let's see. Carmichael says Lamar has only faced the Steelers 3 times since getting drafted. Jay says Lawrence has really developed this year. Bright future for sure. Head coach makes a difference. It makes a difference. All right, here we go. First and 10 shotgun. Takes the snap from the 11-yard line. Throws it into the end zone. Incomplete. Double coverage there. Great job by Tennessee defensively. Second and 10 right now. 11 yards away from the end zone. So far in this drive, 9 plays, 61 yards, 4 minutes and 20 seconds in terms of time of possession off the clock. Let's see. Mike says this is the second biggest Jaguars game in their franchise history. Mike says Jets are going to do Jets things, JB. I can't deny that, Mike. I cannot deny that. Carmichael says Lamar has never beat Big Ben. Let's see. Jay says Kingsbury will be fired Saturday. Rivera, oh, good old Ron Rivera. Stefanski, yep, Staley will be after they lose. Yeah, I definitely see Ron Rivera for sure being a candidate there. All right, there we go. Lawrence throws it. It's caught. And that's going to be a pickup of about 3 yards on the play. Throws it to Jones there. Zay Jones. Third down coming up here. Third and 7. Now, if you're Jacksonville, you're down by 6 points. You're down 13-7 here. First drive of the third quarter. You want to open this one up with a touchdown here and send a message to Tennessee. So far in this drive, 10 plays, about 64 yards right now. So let's see what they can do. Third down. You got to draw up your best play here. 7 yards to get you the first, 8 yards to get you in the end zone. All right, here we go. So far on third down, Trevor Lawrence is 5 of 5 for 59 yards. Here we go. He takes a snap out of the shotgun, looking, throws it up there in the end zone, and he overthrew a wide open wide receiver. How do you do that, son? I mean, I could have made that pass. My goodness. We were just talking about the development this kid has had, and believe me, this is a pass that he wants back. But how do you miss that? I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. I mean, wow. Think of the most inaccurate quarterback you can think of, and he hits that pass there. It was wide open. Wow. All right, let's see. Mike says huge Lawrence leap. Mike says, okay, let's see. Meanwhile, the field goal, 26-yard field goal attempt is up and it is good. So the Jaguars unable to take that drive into the end zone, but they do get 3 points there. That was their first drive here of the second half, and so now they're trailing 13-10. And when we come back, we'll get to see the Tennessee offense for the first time in the second half. All right, let's see. Mike says everyone back to Pats. You can't coach without Belichick. And so let's see. Mike says Josh Allen is a good rusher. Mike says wide open. That's right. He was wide open. Ouch. Let's see. Jay says, what's your top 3 AFC teams, JB, in order? And so, yeah, top 3 AFC teams. And so I got Kansas City at the top right now. I got Kansas City at the top. I got the Bengals at 2. Bengals at 2, and then Buffalo at 3, because Buffalo, I feel like got a lot of things going on and stuff like that. But that's my top 3 right now. I have. If I had to pick a fourth team, though, I want to say the Ravens really badly, but I'll probably say the Chargers right now because Lamar in the playoff has let me down too many times, and so I probably would go Chargers at 4. Let's see. Jay says we jinxed Lawrence on that one, JB. We did, we did. Let's see. Carmichael says JB go in. Your quarterback now, JB, and so hey, that's right. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Put me in. Mike says, how do you feel Josh Allen has been playing tonight? And so, hey, he's getting after it. I do like his ability when he decides to get after it and really cause havoc. Josh Dobbs, I tell you what, he's been under duress, but he's done a good job at just delivering passes while getting hit so far in this game. And he needs to continue that in the second half because they're going to continue to bring pressure. So in the second half, I need him to replicate what he did in the first half. Again, rooting for the Jaguars to win this game, but I can't help but to root for Josh Dobbs for sure. I mean, for anybody who did not know that Josh Dobbs, he graduated with his from University of Tennessee with a degree in aerospace engineering. And so he graduated with a 4.0 GPA. So the kid is extremely intelligent. Josh Dobbs for Tennessee, extremely intelligent. He was honored with the 2017 Torchbearer Award, so one of the highest honors there. So Josh Dobbs, extremely, extremely intelligent. All right, so here we go. Kickoff about to be on the way. Patterson lines it up. Let's see if we get a return here by the Tennessee Titans. All right, he kicks it off, and here we go. He catches it at the 8. He's at the 15, 20, 25, 30, and goes out at the 32-yard line, and that's where Tennessee will take over offensively for the first time in the second half. Let's see, Mike says, I like how Chubb is paid like an all-pro and he regular. Let's see, Carmichael says, my top five running back got King Henry, got Jacobs 2, all right, Chubb 3, Christian McCaffrey 4, Barkley 5. And so, yeah, I like the list. I do like the list. I probably would put Chubb at 2, Jacobs at 3. I know this season I would put Jacobs at 2 and Chubbs at 3, but overall I probably would swap that. But great list for a top 5 for sure. All right, but here we go. Shotgun formation for Tennessee. Snaps the ball. Going to give it to King Henry out of the shotgun. And Henry's going to fight for 3 yards there off the right guard. Second down coming up here. 2nd and 7 right now from the Tennessee 35-yard line. Here in the third quarter with 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Tennessee leads this one 13-10. And this is the first time that they've had the football in the second half. Jay says, Bengals are potentially the scariest team in the AFC. I know I'm scared of them. And so... Hey, that tells you a lot right there. That tells you a lot right there. And I have to agree. Mike says he's genius. All right, here we go. Quick pass there to Burks. And so Burks, he gets it, gets the first down before getting pushed out of bounds at the Tennessee 45 yards, and he picked up 10 yards on the play. Again, Trey Burks there, the rookie there this season. And so obviously last game there, potentially as a rookie there, at least in the regular season, out of Arkansas. So now fresh new set of downs here. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dobbs up under center here. We got the tight end lined up at fullback in the backfield here. Two receivers at the top of the screen. Takes a snap, gives it to Henry. Henry off the right guard, cuts up, fights for 5 yards. And now we got 2nd and 5 coming up. Ball at midfield right now. Again, Tennessee hosting a 13-10 lead and with the football trying to add to that. Now you look at a guy like Trey Burks this season. He's 6'2", 225 pounds, so a big receiver. Even though he's a rookie, big receiver. And so far, this season, in the regular season, he had some injuries. Now I'm not gonna lie, he had some injuries. So he had about 29, 30 receptions for about 400 something yards this season, 425. All right, they line up in the Wildcat. So King Henry. It looked like he wanted to pass it, and he does pass it. Risky pass. I don't like that play at all. Risky pass, but able to draw the penalty there. Wow. And you can tell these offensive coordinators, they are digging deep into the playbook today. They're trying to do whatever they can to get an advantage. Let's see, Mike says, next year, Devin Singletary will play for... That's a very good question. Who will pick him up? That's a very good question. Let's see. Mike says Mr. JB got a member of the Snell Squad. Yes, he does, and I'm pretty sure he wants him gone. Carmichael says Steelers scared of the Bengals. Never. Mike says Tannehill retire, and so Tannehill is not retired. I think he's still dealing with an injury and stuff like that. So Josh Dobbs here up under center, and I like the opportunity for him. All right, they give it to Henry off the right side. Got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second down coming up here. 2nd and 10. Let's see. Mike says J.J. Watt done. says J.J. Watt was awesome to watch back in the day. Hall of Famer for sure. Yeah, no doubt. There was a time where J.J. Watt just commanded so much attention. Like you knew he was going to go out there and he was going to get after it every single play. I mean, when you used to think of the Houston Texans back when they were building that program the right way, he was a key piece in that foundation. Before the Deshaun Watson days, before all of that, he was there. All right, pass incomplete. That's incomplete. Third down coming up, third and 10. Again, ball right now at the Jaguars 39-yard line. Let's see. Mike said Henry better than Elway. All right, so here we go. Third and 10. Again, third quarter of 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Third and long here from the Jacksonville 39-yard line. You get a first down here. This almost guarantees you'll have an opportunity to get some points if you can find a way to get a first down here. Let's see. Third and 10. Wow, they are 0 of their last 21. Let's go ahead and break that streak. Here we go. Dobbs making adjustments, but there's 5 seconds right now on the play clock. Got to snap the ball, and he does. He's looking. Feels the rush. He stays in the pocket, delivers a strike, and that's going to be completed there to Robert Woods. Picks up 13 yards and a first down there, taking the ball to the Jaguars' 26-yard line. Those are the plays that you need from Joshua Dobbs, and I like this. He's feeling it right now, and I love this for him. Trips at the top of the formation here. Henry in the backfield. Burks at the bottom of the screen. Snap the ball. Give it to Henry. Henry off the left side. Actually, that's Hassan. I'm sorry, that's Hackins back there. So that was Hackins with the carry there. And so he picked up 3 yards on the carry. Now we got 2nd and 7 coming up here in the third quarter with 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Again, Tennessee up 13-10. All right, let's see. Mike says he called TJ Watt now. Mike says Mario Williams GOAT. Carmichael says we are 7-2 with TJ Watt playing. All right, so here we go. Shotgun formation. Going to go 5 wide. They put Henry in motion now. Takes a snap. Looking. Going to throw it in the end zone. Oh, incomplete. That ball a little bit behind there, but great job by the tight end making the adjustment. He tried to get his second receiving touchdown reception of the game. Unable to do that. Incomplete. Third down coming up. I like the effort, though, by the tight end there. He did his best considering the pass there. Not the best pass in the world. His guy had a chance. He did a good job adjusting to the ball. So there was an opportunity, just unable to make it happen. But third down coming up here. Third down coming up here. They're at the Jaguars' 23-yard line. They got 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Trips at the top of the formation, and now they put Woods in motion. Dobbs making adjustments here. Got to make sure that you get who's blitzing. Takes a snap. Jaguars sending 5. Pressure has him on the run. He's moving, and he throws it incomplete. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up. Dobbs, again, getting off the ground there, but I like it. Throw the ball away. Incomplete. Don't do anything stupid. You'll take 3 points here, and sometimes that's the right play. Let's see. Jay says, never forget that Jaguars defense in 2017 went to the AFC Championship. Crazy to think about that. And you know what? Back then, Jalen Ramsey was the real deal. I don't know what happened after that, though. I don't know what happened after that. Let's see. Mike says, that Dobbs looks good. And let's see. Carmichael says, Jay, don't remind me of the 2017 playoffs. Mike says, half the league desperate for quarterbacks. Meanwhile, field goal is up. 41-yard field goal attempt by the Tennessee Titans, and it is good. They convert on the field goal attempt and extend their lead 16-10 over the Jaguars here in the third quarter with 6 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the third quarter. But you know what, Mike? I do have to agree with you on that one. Let's see. Carmichael says Kenny Pickett equals franchise quarterback. And so I tell you what, though, even though for Chicago it didn't result in a bunch of wins at all this season, I was happy for the emergence of Justin Fields, but they need to give my man some offensive line, give him some more help, give him something to work with. My man out there running for his life every game, and he can do it. But they need to give him some more pieces around him because they have a kid that's going to be special. So they need to go ahead and equip him with more weapons to work with because the Bears were in a lot of good games towards the second half of the season. Let's see. Carmichael says Kenny equals franchise quarterback. Jay says Kenny Pickett was awesome against the Ravens. Showed flashes of a true Steeler. He fits in that franchise gritty. And you know what? That is true. That is true. I mean, you think about the last couple quarterbacks that Pittsburgh had. Obviously, Big Ben before that, and before him, guys like Tommy Maddox and stuff like that. And so, the gritty type of quarterback. That's Pittsburgh football right there. That is Pittsburgh football. So, absolutely. Let's see. Carmichael says the Bears gave up a second round pick for Chase Claypool, and so yes, they did. They did. How many receptions did Claypool end up getting for the Bears this year? I wonder about that. To this day, I'm still mad about the Patriots trading for Mohamed Sanu and how he did not do anything for the Patriots when we traded for him, I believe, from the Falcons years ago. I'm still mad about that trade. All right. And again, tomorrow's stream will be the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. I'm expecting that game to be a tremendous game. I'm really hoping that that turns out to be a high scoring back and forth type of game between the Lions and the Packers. So I'm looking forward to that one. Let's see. Carmichael says, I don't know. They've lost every game since the trade. That is true. That is true. They've pretty much lost every game. But they did beat my team. So I'm not happy about that. All right, but here we go. Kickoff about to be on the way. Again, Tennessee had got a field goal last time out there, so now we'll see what the Jaguars can do and how they'll respond. And so they catch it in the end zone, going to bring it out. He's at the 10. He's at the 15, trying to avoid guys, and he's brought down at the 14-yard line. Terrible decision to bring that one out. Should have just went ahead, took the knee there, but decided to bring it out, so now they'll be starting from their own 14-yard line. And you look at the AFC playoff picture that they're showing there, a lot of teams they're in the hunt, fighting for those spots. All right, here we go. First and 10 here. Jaguars in the shotgun. Going to take the snap. Going to give it to Travis Etienne out of the shotgun. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage there. No gain on the play. Now we got second and 10 right now from the 14-yard line here of the Jaguars. Again, they trail right now 16 to 10 here in the third quarter with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. I will say this, though. A lot of prayers though for Peyton Hillis. That's right, the former Madden cover guy of Madden 12, who basically saved his kids from drowning, Peyton Hillis, and so definitely do hope that he's okay. I know that that happened recently, so hoping that he is okay. Meanwhile, Lawrence throws it to Kirk, and so Kirk, big completion, 33 yards and a first down there for the Jaguars. First and 10 for the Jaguars, 47-yard line. It's just Trevor Lawrence and Christian Kirk, they have some kind of connection that is only going to continue to get stronger each and every year. But you can definitely see that these two guys spend a lot of time in practice working to get on the same page, and it shows off on game day. All right, here we go for Trevor Lawrence. Play fake, looking, pump fakes, and throws that one out of bounds. Throws out of bounds. Second down coming up here. Second and 10 from the Jaguars 47-yard line. All right, let's see. Carmichael says Najee ran so good against the Ravens. 21 carries for 111 yards. Let's see. JB says hopefully Titans still have the running game. That way they don't have to rely on the passing game. And so, yes, especially once we hit that fourth quarter, they do have the lead. So if they get that football back, you best believe Henry's going to be looking to break one loose. And you know he will. All right, but here we go. Shotgun here for the Jaguars. Takes the snap. Titans bringing pressure up the middle. Lawrence on the move. Throws it. And that's going to be, let's see, is it a catch? I think it's a catch, but let's see. Oh, they're going to call it incomplete. All right, say that it touched the ground, so incomplete. Third down coming up here. Again, that was Marvin Jones. Yeah, looking at the replay, that's definitely an incompletion there. Definitely incompletion. All right, let's see. Jay says, yes, prayers for Hillis, a true hero. Carmichael says, yep, praying for Peyton Hillis. Prayers for him. So absolutely, yes, yes. It's been an eventful week for sure. All right, here we go. Third and 10. Third quarter, 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Shotgun formation here for Jacksonville. Takes the snap. Lawrence looking. Feels the rush. He's stumbling. Stays on his feet though. Still looking. Still looking. Throws it at the absolute last second. Throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. And honestly, sometimes you got to know when to get rid of the ball and avoid the sack. Fourth down coming up here. Let's see. Carmichael says, JB, I'm going to have to leave. See you tomorrow and have a great night, everyone. Yes, glad that you came through again. Always good hearing from you. Have a good night. And yes, looking forward to see you again tomorrow night because JB will be back for the Lions and Packers game tomorrow. So you take care. All right, so they're going to punt the ball. Punt's on the way. And it is fair caught and caught at about the 10-yard line. And that is where Tennessee will take over. Again, they lead this one 16-10. All right, putting together another poll question here. All right, so this poll question is who do you want to see make the playoffs in the NFC between the Seahawks, Lions, and Packers? Who are you guys wanting to see make the playoffs? All right, let's see. Jay says, "Can't imagine how nervous Jags fans are at this game." And so, yes, yes, yes. I mean, believe me. But I just can't help but find myself rooting for Joshua Dobbs. I know I'm supposed to be rooting for the Jaguars, as a Patriots fan and stuff like that. But I cannot help but find myself rooting for Joshua Dobbs and stuff like that today. Jay says he wished the Lions would make it. They'd be a fun team to watch. And so Old says the Lions. And so far the Lions leading the pack. All right, we got one for the Packers. I'm pretty sure that was Braden. But yeah, I would love to see the Lions make the playoffs. They just have a certain energy about them. They just have a certain energy about them. But honestly, all three teams there, I wish there was a way that all three of them could make the playoffs because there's not a team up there that I wouldn't like to see in the playoffs, or at least two out of three and all like that. But this NFL season's been crazy. But again, right now we are currently at the commercial. But when we come back, Tennessee with the lead 16-10 will get the football from their own 9-yard line. So an opportunity to try to put together a long drive. And if you score, whether it's a touchdown, whether it's a field goal, that'll be a big boost here if you're the Tennessee Titans. And if you can get the football back with a 2-score lead, that means you can rely even more on that ground game. Let's see. Jay says, but Rodgers in the playoffs, maybe versus Brady would be sweet. And so I certainly can see that being a possibility there, Rodgers versus there, but I would love to see the Lions, though. I really would. I just can't help it. I really would. All right, but here we go. First and 10. Tight end goes in motion, takes a snap, gonna give it to King Henry, who got tripped up in the backfield, but he got back to the line of scrimmage there. No gain on the play. Now we got second and 10. Again, ball at the Tennessee 9-yard line. They're up 16-10 here in the third quarter with 3 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Let's see, Mike says golf good, but Lions need to load up on D. And so you pretty much know for the most part if they get in there, it's just got to be a shootout. But you know what? We won a lot of points in the playoffs. We won a lot of points. Mike says, I'm the same. I'm rooting for all three. And so JB says, just have to hope that the Titans, have it in them. You know, their defense is great. Their defense is doing tremendous. All right, here we go. Play fake, calling the screenplay. Okay, let's see what this turns into. He makes one guy miss, makes a cut. Somehow he got that first down there. Excellent job there. Picked up 11 yards and took it to the 20-yard line. That is faith right there. That tells me the coaching staff, they believe in Joshua Dobbs that they're calling these plays this close to their own end zone. Because if he gets sacked in that situation, you're risking a potential safety or something like that, but they believe in him to make the right decision and to make key plays. They've done it on third and short. They've done it on third and long. They are showing they have some faith in him. I did not see them run this with Malik Willis, so they have a lot of faith in Joshua Dobbs. But here we go. Multiple tight ends again. Two receivers, two tight ends, one back in the backfield. Again, third quarter with 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go. Here we go. Give it to King Henry off the right side. And he's going to pick up 4 yards on the carry before they bring him down. So now we got 2nd and 6 coming up here from the Tennessee 24-yard line. And again, so far with 6 votes here. All right, so now we've got the Packers here with 3 votes for wanting the Packers in there. Interesting. I like this. 33% say the Lions, and we even got some for the Seahawks. I really wish all those teams could make it, though, because they all would be great stories, honestly. But unfortunately, only one can get in there of those 3 teams. But here we go. 2nd and 6. Quarterback up under center. Tight end goes in motion. They snap the ball. Give it to King Henry again off the right side. Henry with some room to work. Henry picking up speed. Look at him. He's just stiff arming people. He dropped the ball now. He did fumble the ball. Thank goodness for him. The sideline was over there. But he was too busy dropping off the groceries with that stiff arm. It was nasty. Now there is a penalty. There is a penalty. Are you kidding me? A holding penalty. When the king goes to work, you don't hold out there, man. Come on, man. Taking away exciting plays like that. All right, let's see. Oh, my goodness, son. Let go. Let go. I mean, that was more than a hold, man. He was dancing with him. Let go. Gee. Wow. Let's see. Braden says, who's the JB&M? LOL. LOL. Let's see. Mike says, great effort by both teams, opposite of Colts, who all grip that they are underpaid. And let's see. Mike says, why Quentin Nelson get so much boo-hoo? But here we go. 2nd and 16. Take the snap. Jaguars bringing pressure. They give it to the back on a delay, and he's going to get tripped up there. Brought back to the line of scrimmage. May have lost half a yard on the play. Third down coming up. Now we got third and long. So what was a tremendous effort by Henry, minus the fumble at the end. But all of that was for nothing. There was a penalty, brought it back. And so now we're faced with third and long here. 3rd and 17 from their own 13-yard line. Do they just go ahead and run the ball, trust the defense who's been playing fantastic? Or do you go ahead and try to convert it through the air? Let's see. Let's see. JB says Henry run ruined by the flag. Let's see. Jay says poll JB if AFC Championship is neutral site, indoors or outdoors. And so, all right, yeah, let me put that poll out there. But here we go. Dobbs gonna take a shot here. Picked off. Picked off. No, no, no. He was doing so good. I blame that on the coaching staff. You put him in a position to where he felt he had to do too much, and it ultimately cost you. Come on, Mike Vrabel. This is the kind of stuff that can cost you your job. What are you thinking? Run the ball. The defense is playing great. The one thing you don't need is a turnover. I mean, my goodness. I don't put this one on Joshua Dobbs at all. I really don't. I blame the coaching staff here. You don't put a kid like this in this position because he's going to feel like he has to do too much with it. Look at that. Everybody going deep there. Now, looking at the matchup there, 1-versus-1, it wasn't a horrible decision. Wasn't a horrible decision for him to throw that ball, but I guess it looked like he was getting hit when he threw that one or just trying to get it over the defender. But whatever it is, I don't like the play call in that situation. Trust your defense. Trust them. Ouch, that hurt. That hurt. All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and end this poll here. Meanwhile, quick pass there to the receiver. Picks up 5 yards on the play. Now we got 2nd and 5 coming up here. 2nd and 5. 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And again, the Jaguars off of that turnover here, they got the football, but they trail right now 16 to 10. But great field position. Should they be able to score a touchdown, they can take the lead. But of course, they got to score that touchdown. And Tennessee's defense has been fantastic. All right, let's see. All right, so let me go ahead and get ready to put that poll together there. Meanwhile, they're going to give it to Travis Etienne, and he's going to pick up 2 yards on the carry. Now we got third and three coming up. All right, let's see. All right, so 1 second as I put together the poll question here. But right now, at the end of the third quarter, it is the Tennessee Titans who lead this one 16 to 10. But the Jacksonville Jaguars with the football inside the 20, facing third and three when we come back to start the fourth quarter. And again, all that's on the line is a home playoff game. So a lot on the game in this fourth quarter. And so we'll see who wants it. We will see who wants it. All right. And again, this poll question courtesy of Jay. All right. All right, almost done with the questions. So here we go. Where should the AFC Championship game be played? All right, so courtesy of Jay with the question, where should the AFC Championship game be played? All right, let's see. Mr. Friday, what's good with you? What's good with you? Glad to have you here. And you say, what is my favorite NFL and NCAA football team? Well, for the NFL, I'm a Patriots fan, and so that's my favorite team. And for college football, Ohio State. Whether we're talking college football, college basketball, the Ohio State Buckeyes all the way. What about yourself, though? What about yourself? And let's see, Mike says, I can agree, JB. You say NFL Friday. All right, let's see. JB says I'm JB&M 2.0. And so, hey, there it is. The JB Nation can keep it going. Mike says, Dobbs, what was that? And so let's see. Mike says NFL Friday. Kenneth says, I agree with all of you. Mike says, yo, JB&M. And so JB says, yeah, so there it goes. It feels weird seeing two JBs. But we'll take it. Mike says, old like Madden. All right, let's see. Mike says everyone sub to JB3K. Yes, the march to JB3K. Let's go ahead and get that train rolling there. Believe me, JB's going to have the streams coming in more consistent there. I appreciate you guys being patient, but hey, it's a new year and all like that. So there we go. We got a lot of things to look forward to. The NFL playoffs and then college basketball when we transition to that, from that to the NBA, all kinds of stuff. And I appreciate you guys for coming through. But here we go. Third and three right now. Shotgun formation for the Jaguars here. 18 yards away from the end zone, down by 6 points. They snap the ball. Tennessee, send in three. Lawrence throws it up there. Oh, incomplete. Incomplete. It looked like Kirk had a bit of a step there, but great coverage there. Incomplete. And now we got fourth down coming up. So fourth down here at the start of the fourth quarter here. And so this should bring out the field goal unit. That was supposed to be a touchdown. Honestly, the pass just wasn't there. Now, earlier in the game, we did see Trevor Lawrence miss on a wide open guy in the back of the end zone. And it's little plays like this that make the difference when it's all said and done. All right, but a 36-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. And the kick is good. The right decision there. Plenty of time there. 16-13. Trust your defense. And the ultimate win and in experience here. Pretty much a playoff game to see who gets to the playoff game. Let's see. Mike says roots are for. All right. 80 says outdoors men are made. Braden says a raid might be coming, JB. And so, hey, let's embrace it. Mike says great question. 80 says, tell old man I'm the JB super fan 2022. And so, hey, I mean, who can compete with 80s, right? Who can compete with 80s? Absolutely. Mike says, College basketball used to have a look back to avoid penalty. I'm sorry, CB used to have to look back to avoid penalty. The cornerback, absolutely, absolutely. And so let's see. Mike says, "At BK, have it your way." And so yes. And again, right now, currently at the commercial. But when we come back here in the early stages of the fourth quarter, we have a close game. 16 to 13. Titans up by 3. Last time they had the football, they turned it over. Jaguars got 3 points off of that. So, a close game. Anyone can win it. Who wants it? Who wants that ticket to the playoff? This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Let's see. 80 says refill, be back. And so, okay, bet, bet, bet. And let's see. JB says, bro, that stuck on my mind. And so, what did? All right, so here we go. And again, looking at the games tomorrow. And so, I mean, this is what the NFL wanted, games that matter the last week of the season. And they've done a pretty good job over the last couple of years of setting that up, honestly. And so, Stat Sheet Sports, what's good with ya? What's good with ya? And so, Dark Thunder, Stat Sheet Rays, appreciate you guys. Michael Myers, appreciate you. Sorgy Stories, all you guys, appreciate you guys. You guys are the MVP. Patriots fan, I see ya. I see ya. Sorgy, John, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Let's see. Yes, Dark Thunder 16 rate. Appreciate that, Dark Thunder. MVP. MVP for sure. Meanwhile, here to start off the fourth quarter, here we got the kickoff here on the way. And yes, appreciate you guys. Double raid. Stat says new sub. Hey, appreciate that, Stat. Thank you so much. Again, you are the MVP. Kickoff on the way. Titans have it at the 5, the 10, 15, 20. And he's brought down at the 26-yard line, and that's where Tennessee will take over. Again, they lead this one 16 to 13 here in the fourth quarter. Again, 14 minutes and 44 seconds to go. A bit of a scruffle out there on the kickoff here. Referees out here going to break things up. But yes, appreciate you guys here. And so, yes, always love you guys coming through. And, hey, appreciate you guys with the raids. John says triple raid. And so, hey, I'll take that. I will take that. Thank you guys so much. And so, let's see. Mike says, Marcus Mark or Whistle Pig 80s. And so, yes, appreciate you guys. Michael says, keep up the great content, man. I dropped you a sub. Hey, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through. And, hey, appreciate the raid, guys. Again, you guys are the MVP. All right, here we go. Dobbs out of the shotgun here, going to give it to Henry. Henry up the middle, drags the defender for 5 yards. We got second down coming up here, 2nd and 5 from the Tennessee 31-yard line here. Again, up by 3 points. Who else would you rather have in the backfield than King Henry? And let's see. Sorgi says, we double rated you, my friend, and I rated Dark Thunder, and then we're rating you now. I appreciate that. You said we're about to raid someone else next break, and so bet. Hey, I love what you guys are doing. Love what you guys are doing. And let's see, Mike says shoestring tackle. Here we go. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Tight end goes in motion. Ball right now from the Tennessee 31-yard line. Again, they're up 16 to 13. Gives it to the back, left side. And oh, great tackle there by the defense. They got Henry in the backfield. That's not easy to do, but they got him at the first guy. He lost 2 yards. Now we got 3rd and 7 coming up. Again, the ball right now at the Tennessee 29-yard line. And so, Jimmy, appreciate you, Jimmy. Appreciate that. Just sub. Thank you so much. Glad to have you a part of the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel here in the JB community. Let's go. Jimmy says, I'm not part of the raid, but I've been looking for a good sports stream. And so, hey, glad to have you here, Jimmy. Let me know who's your favorite team, both college and the NFL. Let me know your favorite teams. Stat says, great content. Keep it up. Appreciate that. Here we go. Dobbs with it, looking, feels the rush, steps up, and oh, it's the last guy that gets him for the sack. So just like that, Jacksonville starting to step it up now. And so Duville's happy about that one. Got the sack, and now we got 4th down coming up here. And that just goes back to this pass rush. Now they're being a little bit more aggressive here. If they can get you on 3rd and long, best believe they can generate pressure. Josh Dobbs has been up under pressure pretty much all game, but now he's holding the ball a little bit longer. He's looking to try to run, and that defensive line is getting faster as this game goes on. Now we got the punt unit out there. Again, Tennessee up 16 to 13. Let's go. Fourth quarter, 12 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Punt on the way. Will we get a return? And let's see. Mike says Jaguars hungry. Trevon Walker, dang. And so, hey, he's been doing good. And so Askew with it. He's at the 30, 35, 40, and he breaks it all the way to the Jaguars 43-yard line. So here we go. Jacksonville down 16 to 13. And so now an opportunity. If they can kick a field goal, they'll tie it. If they can get a touchdown, they'll take the lead. Plenty of time left to go in this game, but you got the feeling that Jacksonville right now is feeling the momentum, and we're going to see what they do with that momentum when we come back from the commercial. And let's see, Michael says we're trying to spread some positivity. And so, hey, JB loves positivity. Absolutely. So appreciate you guys for sure. And so let's see. JB says, love your content, man. Appreciate that. Mike says they're on fire. Jimmy says, I'm uncomfortable a Broncos fan. LOL. Oh, man. Not a Broncos fan. Oh, man. I feel your pain there. I do feel your pain. Only positivity I can say about that is that maybe Sean Payton comes to the rescue. But I know this was not the season that you were expecting for the Broncos this past season. And so I can feel your pain with that one. And you say, going to be interesting to see what happens. Absolutely. Kenneth says, congrats, you back with us, but needed to put together something like new posters for us all. And so, yes, absolutely. I got a lot of work that I do need to do to upgrade the channel for sure. And so, but I do have some things in mind that I will be trying to go ahead and like implement over the next couple of months to stuff like that for sure. I know I do need to update some things on this channel, but yes, I'm just glad to be back streaming. It's been too long. It's been way too long. The last game I streamed, I think, was the Cowboys and Colts a couple weeks ago, back like early December. So absolutely, I missed streaming, missed you guys, and glad to be back for sure. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the poll question that Jay had asked us. Right now, we have 13 votes. And so nobody said indoors. I find that interesting. Nobody said let's play indoors. And so it's either neutral site or outdoors. Nobody voted indoors. Let's see. JB says you're a Cowboys fan. Hopefully they make it all the way. And so absolutely. I tell you what though, in fantasy football though, Cowboys though, like they've been a big help for my fantasy football team this season. So I would really like to see the Cowboys make a strong run this year and stuff like that. I feel like this year I actually want to see them make a strong run this year. I would like to see that. Mike says Hackett could not hack it in Buffalo. Let's see. Jay says gonna be a close finish in this one, and so yes, I wonder will we potentially get overtime in this one? I mean, would we like to see JBOT in this one? I say why not? I say why not? Let's see. Mike says I want outdoor neutral site, and so okay, bet. All right, but here we go. Where are some potential places that you guys would like to see that neutral site take place at? Where would be a location that you guys would like to see? All right, here we go to the shotgun here. Lawrence looking and threw that one away. The play just blew up, threw that one away. Second down coming up, second and 10. Again, the ball right now from the Jacksonville 43-yard line. Again, Jaguars down by 3 points right now, 16 to 13. Plenty of time left to go here in the fourth quarter with 12 minutes and 28 seconds to go. But man, you got to be feeling the pressure regardless what team you're rooting for in this one. Both sides are feeling the pressure because the playoffs are on the line. Mike says still Titans lead. That is right. They still lead. Jay says, I think when the Cowboys are good, it's very good for the NFL. I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that. All right, here we go. Second and 10. Going to give it to Hasty out of the backfield. And so Hasty trying to make something happen, picks up about 2-3 yards before going out of bounds. Third down coming up. So now third and 7 right now. If you're Tennessee, this is where you probably want to bring some pressure on Trevor Lawrence here and force him to throw the ball before he's ready. Because today, the more time you give him, the better he's been. He's 19 of 29 for 203 yards and 1 touchdown. If you give him some time, he'll find a way to make a play. He'll find Christian Kirk or someone to make that play. So you want to get some pressure on him. All right, but here we go. They're going to line up in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Titans send 4 defenders towards Lawrence. Ooh, the ball's deflected. Excellent job there by the defensive line for Tennessee. And that's how you get the offense off the field there. Great job getting a hand up there by Weaver. All right, let's see. Jay says Pittsburgh would be a cool spot for an AFC championship. Let's see. Mike says Nebraska University. LOL to that one. LOL to that one. All right, so here we go. Jaguars will have to punt the ball. Let's see if we get a return here by Tennessee. And ooh, what a nice punt. What a nice punt. Went out of bounds at the 6 yard line. So now Tennessee will get the football. They're up 16 to 13, but they'll be deep in their own territory, which means they'll have to go the length of the field if they want to get a touchdown. Let's see. JV says Titans need that stop. Now it's the offense that has to finish it with 12 minutes. And so if they can have a long drive in this one, I believe it was their second drive of the game where they went out there and took off over like almost 10 minutes in terms of time of possession off the clock. If you can have a drive like that and cap it off with a touchdown, that's how you ice your opponent. And when you got King Henry in the backfield, you know what they're going to do. You know what they're going to do. Jay says, "What about Penn State or Ohio State or Michigan, the big house?" And so, yeah, I don't see that happening, Jay. I don't see that happening. Don't see it happening. All right, but here we go. Currently, right now at the commercial, let's see. Mike says Lawrence struggling. And so right now, since we are at the commercial, now is a very good time to look at how these stats are playing out so far in this one. So we'll start with Joshua Dobbs for Tennessee. 15 of 22, pretty solid performance, 147 yards and stuff like that. He threw one touchdown. He threw that one interception, but I really put that on the offensive coordinator. Don't put him in a position like that to where he feels like he has to force it. You never want a young guy to be in that situation. He's been sacked twice so far in this one. Now for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, 19 of 30 for 203 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. He has not been sacked so far in this one. That has been interesting. Has not been sacked so far in this one. Then you look at the ground game. Big difference in the ground game here. Tennessee, 29 carries as a team for 104 yards. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, 12 carries for just 23 yards on the ground. And of course, for Tennessee, King Henry, 24 carries, 87 yards. He's averaging this season 21.3 carries a game and all like that. And he's already got 24. And best believe by the time this is done, he may end up with 32, 33 carries. You're going to need him to carry you the rest of the way. Can he carry you into the playoffs? We're going to find out. Mike says AFC and Eagles Stadium. Let's see. Mike says Terrell Owens. Let's see. Mr. Morris, what's good with you? What's good with you? How are you doing? And you say the Jags look like crap tonight. I did not expect the Jaguars to come out like that, honestly, but I have been impressed with Joshua Dobbs in Tennessee. But you're right, the Jaguars, they certainly, Trevor Lawrence missed a couple passes earlier in this one. We cannot ignore that. Meanwhile, they get the ball to Henry, but Jacksonville defense says no, sir. They say no, sir. They lose 2 yards on the play. Second and 12 right now. They're trying to be the energy. They're trying to be the spark. They know what's on the line right now. This is what you lift all them weights for. This is what you go through training camp, preseason, everything for an opportunity to compete on the biggest stage. And this defense, they're trying to step up. Both defensive lines for both teams are stepping up here in the fourth. 11 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, Tennessee here with the football up 16 to 13 from their own 4 yard line. Dobbs up under center here. Receiver goes in motion. He's looking, still has time, moving. And that time he just had to throw it incomplete. Lucky for him, no holding penalty or nothing on that one. Offensive line gave him time to at least throw that ball away and not get a safety. Again, offensive coordinator showing a lot of faith right now in Joshua Dobbs. Third and 12 right now. And so let's see. In the zone, what's good with you? What's good with you? You say, my guy, congratulations, bro. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. And hey, congratulations to the type of season your Vikings have had. Obviously, playoffs are on the way, so I know you're excited about that. But congrats to everything that your Vikings have done. And how about Justin Jefferson? Meanwhile, quick pass there to Robert Woods. He's going to be 2 yards shy, about a yard and a half shy of the first down. So fourth down coming up. So Tennessee will have to punt the ball back to the Jaguars. Again, fourth quarter right now, Tennessee up 16-13. But let's see what the Jaguars do. If they can get a good return, they can get good field position, which can really help this offense. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here on the poll question here. And let's see. And Zoe says, "Good looking. He's a beast. He's the best in the game. I mean, Justin Jefferson. He's who I'd be the most afraid to try to guard one on one if I was a cornerback for sure, without doubt." All right, so there goes the punt. They're taking a Tennessee bounce, and it goes all the way to the 34-yard line of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that is where they will take over. So next coming up, if Trevor Lawrence wants to make the playoffs for the first time in his young NFL career, he's going to have to step up here, I feel like, on this drive right here. This is an opportunity here for the offense, and you got to come away with something. Field goal, touchdown, got to come away with something. All right, I'm putting together another poll question here. All right, so putting together a poll question here, and all right, so here's the poll question. How will this game finish? Will it be the Jaguars that'll win? Will it be Tennessee that'll win? Or will it be a tie? I know I asked the question early in the game here, but it's an opportunity if you feel different than your pick to say who you think is going to win, or will it just end in a tie? Would that not be something? Let's see. And Zoe says, Green Bay or Detroit, who you got? I have to go. I gotta go with Detroit because I want them to win I want them in the playoffs so bad. I doubt it's gonna actually happen there, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Detroit. But I think it's gonna be one heck of a game, one heck of a game, back and forth, back and forth. But I'm gonna say ultimately Jared Goff and company win that one, probably like 38 to 24. 30. I'm sorry, 34 to 28. 34 to 28. I'm gonna go that one. Detroit over Green Bay. But what about you? I mean, as a Vikings fan, who do you want to see win that one? I'm pretty sure you want to see Detroit, but who you got? Let's see. Jay says, what happens if it ends in a tie? Good question. If it ends in a tie, that means the Jaguars get the division because the Jaguars right now have 8 wins while Tennessee has 7 wins. So if it ends in a tie, then that means Jacksonville gets into the playoffs as division champs. And so let's see. And Zoe says, I got settled on making the playoffs. JB says, Jags will go most likely. Bet, bet. All right, but here we go. First and 10. In order for them to go, they got to score again. Here we go. Lawrence up under center. Guy goes in motion, one back in the backfield, play fake pressure all around him, and they get Trevor Lawrence for the sack. That is the first sack, I believe, of the game here for Mr. Trevor Lawrence being sacked here. And so that time, I feel like a couple times earlier when they called play fake, the defense was close, but that time, defensive line got back there, and wow. Both defensive line, I got to tip my hat to them. They are playing better and better. That time, though, the center, he just whiffed on that one. Look at the center on the replay here. My man, get him in the weight room, something. You got to move your feet, get a hand on somebody. What he did was just outrageous. All right, so here we go to the shotgun. Lawrence throws it again, and it's completed to the receiver this time. He's going to pick up about 9 yards on the play. Man, I mean, I tell you what, though, if I'm Tennessee, I'm going to continue to attack the interior of this offensive line because they are falling down every play. Like, they're just hitting the ground. Let's see. Enzo says Detroit knocked him out. Let's see. Enzo says who win the college championship game? I got Georgia winning that one. I got Georgia winning that one. And so I just feel like Georgia, that they're the better team, and so I think Georgia will win. But I think TCU will make it a good game. But I feel like Georgia ultimately they're gonna win this one. All right, so here goes Lawrence looking, taking a deep shot here, has a man, but he throws it out of bounds, incomplete. And so fourth down coming up, you only get but so many opportunities. Each time you don't score, that puts more and more pressure on the defense to have to get a stop. And hey, I mean, as of late, he's been missing on some of these passes. And so Mike says, is Lawrence high? Well, if he's not, his passes sure are. So who knows? Punts on the way. Let's see if we get a return here by the Titans. All right, and it's at the, let's see, rolling all the way to about the still rolling to the 10-yard line, and so that is exactly where Tennessee will take over. So now, 8 minutes and 6 seconds right now. So if you're Tennessee here, of course, you want King Henry to do his damage. I feel like Joshua Dobbs, he's pretty much done his job for the most part here. You're up by 3 points here. You've got to run King Henry. I know he's already got 25 carries so far in this one, but you really got to trust him to take you the rest of the way, I feel like. Let's see. And Azo says Jackson nervous. Too big a stage. Too big a stage. But of course, right now we are currently at the commercial. But when we come back, let's see what Tennessee does offensively here. With 8 minutes and 6 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter, Titans up 16-13 so far in this one. I mean, the biggest difference in this game so far has been the Titans' ability to run the ball. Over 100 yards already, and they're going to need even more yards on the ground if they're going to win this game. Let's see. Jay says he loved games like this. Enzo says play action would kill him on first down. I can see it now. If Enzo was the offensive coordinator, he's like, look, play action. You know what? If I am going to gamble and say, you know what the heck? We're trying to win it all and we can't play scared. Why not call a flea flicker right now? Why not call a flea flicker? It may just work potentially. Maybe. Maybe. But I mean, otherwise, if not that, then just go ahead and let's run King Henry. They know it's coming, but can they stop it? That's the question. But yeah, so far in this one though, I mean, like just looking at Trevor Lawrence though, because I mean, rushing the ball wise, Jacksonville really has not been effective on the ground. They only have 23 yards rushing. We're in the fourth quarter, and they only got 23 yards, so they're putting a lot of pressure on Trevor Lawrence to have to deliver. He's thrown the ball 32 yards so far. He's 20 of 32, one touchdown, no interceptions, sacked once. But the thing is, the incompletions, there have been some big plays. There was that pass in the back of the end zone where he's just a little off, a little behind, well, a couple times just overthrowing everybody. And so you can't have that. Can't have that. Let's see. Mike says Carson Wentz is Prince Harry. I do see the resemblance. There's actually another person that also looks like the both of them as well that I know, but I see the resemblance. Let's see. Kenneth says final week of the NFL season until next week playoffs begin. That's right. Mike says Prince Harry is Carson Wentz. Well, that would explain the performance. But here we go. First and 10 here for the Tennessee Titans. One of their two tight ends goes in motion here. Henry in the backfield. Takes a snap. Play fake. Looking. On the move. Avoiding the rush. He's running. Got to use his legs, and he does. He picks up 5 yards the hard way. And so nice play there. Good job by Joshua Dobbs to pick up that 5 yards there. Big time play. And in the zone, it looked like they took your advice on that one. Play action on first down. Nothing was there, so he decided to run. Well, he had to run, honestly, because that pass rush was coming. But here we go. Second and 5. And more importantly, if you're Tennessee also, keep the clock moving as you continue to move the ball. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Time becoming more and more important. They snap the ball, give it to Henry, and Henry off the left guard picks up 2 yards on the play. We got third down coming up here. Third and 3 coming up right now. Ball at the Tennessee 17-yard line. So third down, if you're Tennessee here, you got to get a first down. A first down, aside from obviously keeping the football here and keeping possession and an opportunity to score, it also just means more time off the clock. And also you're thinking about field position as well. You don't want to punt the ball this far back and give them decent field position potentially. All right, so here we go to the shotgun. Takes a snap, throws it short, and bounces off of one guy and gets the first down. The first defender to contact him is going to feel sick to his stomach. You had an opportunity to get your defense off the field, and you whiffed. You whiffed on the tackle. Great job, though, by Tennessee in the second effort to get that first down. Let's see, Jay says, yes, we get Super Wild Card Weekend next week and a playoff Monday night game, I think. You know what? I forgot about that playoff Monday night thing. That's right. They do that. And so in the zone says facts. But once again, Joshua Dobbs, he delivers in a key situation. He's up under center here. Two tight ends, two receivers, one back in the backfield. Give it to King Henry off the left guard. Henry with some room. Knocks somebody down on his way to the first down. And that's going to be, let's see where they mark him at. Looks like a first down, but let's see where they mark him at. All right, that's a first down. That time they put the tight end in motion there, pulled the guard, and excellent blocking that time. And then King Henry said, why not? Why not knock somebody down on my way to the first down marker? Why not? All right, they marked him just short, actually. So it's 2nd and 1 right now. Fourth quarter, 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Tennessee up 16-13. They snap the ball. Play fake. He's bootlegging. He's looking. He throws the ball, and oh, it's incomplete. You had a guy wide open right there. I get what you were trying to do, but there was an easier guy. Take the little things, get the first down there, keep the clock running. I feel like there was a tight end near the sideline that was completely wide open, and that's probably the pass that you should have made. Would have been a little bit easier. 87 right there. Swam, he would have. I mean, Swain, he would have been swimming in it. I'm telling you. 3rd and 1. 5 minutes and 19 seconds left to go. Both teams with all three timeouts right now. And again, playoffs are on the line. So here we go from their own 29-yard line. You got Dobbs up under center here. You got a fullback, got a back in the backfield, King Henry, and they're going to quarterback keep it. And thanks to the tight end who lined up at fullback, giving Dobbs the boost that he needed, he picked up the 2 yards and the first down. So now we're going to have under 5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Each first down becomes more and more critical for both teams. Let's see, Mike says more Saturday NFL games. You know it. And again, winner wins the AFC South. All right, here we go. 4th and 40 right now, fourth quarter. Dobbs up under center. Tight end goes in motion. Two tight ends, two receivers, one back in the backfield. Receiver goes in motion now. Takes a snap, gives it to Henry. Henry off the right guard, cuts it up, and picks up 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up here from the Tennessee 34-yard line. And of course, if you're Tennessee, that clock cannot tick fast enough. You want to keep picking up first downs here, but you want to also continue to take time off the clock. And if you're Jacksonville, you need your defense to step up now. Every first down makes it that much more difficult. All right, here we go. Heavy formation here. One receiver, multiple tight ends. Got one lined up at fullback, a back in the backfield, takes a snap, going to give it to King Henry. And so Henry up the middle, picks up a yard on the play, taking it all the way to the Tennessee 35-yard line. Now we got 3rd and 6 right now. So far on this drive, 8 plays, 25 yards, 4 minutes and 25 seconds in terms of time of possession off the clock. And we still got 3 minutes and 25 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, Tennessee leading 16-13 so far in this one. And so big third down here. What do you call? It's 3rd and 6. What do you call? They're lined up in a shotgun here. Can Joshua Dobbs deliver? This would be huge. 3 seconds on the play clock. They snap the ball. Jaguars sending pressure. He threw it. He was hit. He was hit. Will this be a scoop and score? This is going to be a touchdown. And it is a touchdown for the Jaguars. Wow, I hate that that happened to Joshua Dobbs, though. Hate that it happened to him, but man, what a play by the defense. That time they brought the pressure, brought the house. Joshua did his best to try to stand in the pocket to the last second, but that time we had guys coming in unblocked. It was just a jailbreak, and look at that. He disguised it perfectly. He was in front of the tight end. You would have thought that he dropped back in coverage. Heck, on Madden, I would have thought the same thing, and got him. Got him. Defensive coordinator saved something special for that situation. And looking at his arm, the ball came out before his arm was moving forward. Let's look at it again, though. Yeah, that ball definitely coming out while that arm's moving forward. So to me, it looks like a fumble. Let's see. Jay says these guys are playing their heart out. Stadium is rocking. Can't beat this. Mike says forward motion. It may have the forward motion, but unless we're going back about a good 21 years, I don't think it's going to matter. And let's see, JB says Titans blew it. I'm telling you, the O just can't do it. And so that was such a big play there. Extra point is up. Extra point is good. So definitely the play is going to stand. And so a fumble that leads to a touchdown. How about that if you were Jacksonville? May not been the way that you thought it was going to happen, but you will take this lead. And the defense will continue to pin their ears now and get after it. So now everything swaps now. It's no longer Tennessee just trying to run the ball, run out the clock, and I'm sure that they'll still try to run the ball if it's working, but now you need Joshua Dobbs to really make plays now for you. And he's done good for the most part, but he has made some mistakes, which is expected. But can he deliver? Let's see. Jay says Titans can't settle for a field goal anymore. That's a big one. It'd be one thing if all you needed was a field goal to tie it or win it, but no, you need a touchdown here to win it. So, hey, let's see how this happens. This is what we love about the game, right? Kenneth says, great game so far for us tonight. Absolutely so glad I chose to stream this game as opposed to the Chiefs and Raiders. No offense to that one. But yes, 2 minutes and 51 seconds left to go. Both teams with all three timeouts. Tennessee just saw their playoff life potentially crumble in front of them. This is their last hope offensively. Can they pull it together? Let's see. Patterson lining up for the kickoff here for the Jaguars. Kickoff is on the way, and let's see if we get a return here by Tennessee. No return here, so they'll take over from their own 25-yard line, and let's see what the offense can do. This would be a tremendous story for this young kid in his young career. I mean, Tennessee 0-8 when trailing in the fourth quarter. Oh, wow. That is not the kind of record that you want. Wow. I did not know that. All right, but here we go. And Joshua, do we believe? Let's see. JB says Titans can't have 10-minute drives anymore. That is going to hurt them. That is going to hurt them. Kenneth says, you all have a good night, my new friends, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. And so, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, good night to anyone that has to sign off. And for everyone else, let's see how this ends. With 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go from their own 25-yard line, tight end goes in motion. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Takes the snap. Fakes it to Henry. He's going to keep it himself. Blockers in front of him. He's going to pick up the first down before going out of bounds there. Excellent job. I like that play call. Picked up 10 yards there. You know he's mad about the mistake that he made. He wants to make up for it. He wants to show that he can lead this team to victory. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to go. Again, you have the 2-minute warning. You have three timeouts to work with. So time right now, you have to score this drive, but time, you've got time to do it, basically. You got time to do it, but here we go. From their own 31-yard line, shotgun takes a snap. Gives it to King Henry. King Henry stops on the dime. He's still rumbling, and he finds a way to turn it into a 9-yard pickup there. Okay, that's nice. And so let's see. Yeah, but good night to you, Kenneth. Jay says, this is why football is the best scoring system, 4 points. Mike says, Dobbs is early and experienced. Someone should invest in him a bit like Houston or the Jets. And so Jay says, good night, Kenneth. Jay says, going to be a crazy final 2 minutes. Absolutely. With 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go, 2nd and 1. Shotgun formation here. You got 4 receivers, 1 tight end. He snaps the ball, look and throws it to the tight end, and he catches it at midfield. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So at the 2-minute warning, they're at midfield right now. And so let's see when they get back from the 2 minute warning, will Joshua Dobbs be able to make the right decisions here? Got to get the football out quickly, got to make the right decisions there, and got to continue to move the ball here. And at some point, you may have to take a shot into the end zone once you get to about the 30-ish yard line and stuff like that. Let's see if they become more aggressive in that end. But hey, this is what you love about the NFL. I remember last season, the last game of the regular season, when we got to watch the Raiders and Chargers last year, because we streamed that game together, the Raiders and Chargers. You guys remember that game last year? Went to overtime and came down to the last couple seconds of overtime. So I love how the NFL is scheduling these games this year so that when we get these type of games late in the season that actually matter, and we're not out there watching a second team go out there against a team that's going to have the second pick of the draft or something like that. So absolutely love what the NFL has done lately. Let's see. JB says, good night. See you next stream. Yeah, good night to you, JB. And hey, appreciate you coming through. One JB to another. Appreciate you coming through. Absolutely. See you next time. Let's see. Jay says, good night, Kenneth. Gonna be a crazy final 2 minutes. Each team is three timeouts. Mike says, is Dobbs better than Malik for future? Dobbs is better right now in the present. Malik, he is a project. He is just someone that I don't honestly, I don't know if that light will ever come on. I don't like to say if a guy's going to be a bust or not, but for me personally, I just feel like if it happens, it happens, but I wouldn't bank on it. For right now, Joshua Dobbs, tremendous quarterback two option behind Ryan Tannehill whenever he's healthy and stuff like that. And you move forward and you continue to monitor how he does in the offseason. What's going to be most important for Malik Willis, how much does he improve from year to year? That's what's going to be the biggest question. Next year, is he going to improve? I mean, hey, the question that nobody's talking about right now for Green Bay, when are we going to see Jordan Love out there on the football field? Like, when are we going to see him take over? My man has not played in forever. Like, there are people who have gone through high school, who've gone through college, and this man has been on the bench the entire time and stuff like that. When will Jordan Love get some love? And so, let's see. But yeah, good night to you, JB, and see you next time. Let's see. Jay says, I really like what Dubs has done tonight and can possibly make his mark on Tennessee tonight. Absolutely. You go out there and you win this game, Tennessee's going to love you tonight. They're going to love you tonight. All right, here we go after the 2 minute warning, y'all. First and 10 from midfield, shotgun formation. Three receivers, one tight end, one back. Takes a snap. And he's going to keep it himself. Can he get to the sideline quick enough and picks up about 3 yards on the play? We got second and 7 coming up here. If you see the defense keying in on Derrick Henry like that, you keep doing plays like this, and it can work out. All right, we got second and 7 here. Shotgun, three receivers, one tight end, one back. Takes the snap. Oh, it's a fumble. It's a fumble. He lost the ball. Who got it back? All right, I think he got it back, and whoo. Oh man, I mean that pocket is closing extremely fast. I mean these guys are just getting after it. If they feel that pass is coming, they're just getting after it. He's trying to step up in the pocket. I do like the fact that he's not afraid to take a hit, but these guys are fast and they're getting after it. He's lucky he got the ball back that time. Jay says that was scary. And so, yes, I thought that was about to be the last straw. All right, well, we got a timeout called here by Tennessee. So, first timeout called here in the second half. And so much pressure for both of these teams here to get to the playoffs here. If you're Mike Vrabel, you're coaching for your job right now, man. You are coaching for your job right now. So you really want this. Or at least I feel like he's coaching for his job, I should say. But here we go. Third and 12. So this is a tough situation, and you know Jacksonville's going to bring the pressure. They're going to bring the heat. They know you got to pass the ball here. Third and 12. Would not be surprised if they call a screen play here, anticipating the pressure to come. I'm expecting at least 5 or 6 guys to come here on the defense. Probably six, maybe six guys, 6 or 7. All right, here we go. 3rd and 12. Big third down here. Can Joshua Dobbs do it? Takes the snap. And before he can do anything, they're already going to stop the play here because there was a penalty here. Not what you needed at all. And it's Austin Hooper, the guilty party here, going to back him up 5 yards. Now we're looking at 3rd and 17, which is going to make it that much more harder. So now, you know you got basically 2 downs to get it. You got 2 downs to get it here. So do you call a play, pick up about a good 8, 9 yards, and then try to make it fourth and manageable? What will they call here? Let's see. Jay says that false start certainly doesn't help. Not at all. Not at all. So 3rd and 17. Last time they were in 3rd and long, and they tried to make something happen. He threw an interception. Let's see what happens this time. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Dobbs in the shotgun with the football. He's on the move, looking, throws it to the back, and the back is going to pick up about 4 yards on the play. So 4th down coming up. 4th and 13. I like 4th and 13 better than, 17. So good job just picking up a couple yards there. You know you have 4th down coming up there, being aware. And so Tennessee's going to call a timeout. They're going to put it all on this play. If it doesn't happen here, barring some type of huge mistake, that will be pretty much the game most likely. So Tennessee, they're calling the timeout here. Let's see what they draw up. See, if it was 4th and 5 or something like that, then you can probably put him on a run, and then maybe he can scramble as he's done so many times a night. But he's going to actually have to probably pass this ball. All right, here we go. 4th down. A minute 37 seconds left to go in this game. Jaguars up 20-16. But Tennessee facing 4th down here. 4th and 13. Can Tennessee pull off some type of miracle here? Let's see. Shotgun formation. Takes a snap. In the pocket. Throws it short. And it's caught. And he's going to be short. He's going to be short. He got the ball out there quickly to Haskins, and he was not able to do it. So Jaguars with the big play, big stop, and they're going to get the football with a minute 30 left to go. Tennessee with just one timeout remaining. And so Jacksonville with the opportunity to go out there and ice this game. Jay says, and that's all she wrote. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and end the poll here because I think we know how this is going to play out. Mike says, great call, JB. Thanks. And so, hey, I appreciate you guys so much for coming through. And so, again, tomorrow night, we'll get to see Detroit versus the Packers. That will be the next stream. So we got one tomorrow night, and if you can't make that one, we'll have the national championship on Monday, Georgia and TCU. So yes, we have streams lined up, and what a way to start 2023. But what a game this was for Tennessee. Not the way you wanted to end the season at all. This is tough for them. I know that they thought a couple weeks ago that they would be a playoff team, but hey, Jacksonville, congratulations to them. Doug Peterson coming in, installing his culture, and most importantly, turning Trevor Lawrence into the quarterback that they thought that he can be. He still has some room to grow, but hey, I mean, Jacksonville, this was a team effort today. Because Trevor, he made his mistakes, but this was a team effort today. Let's see. Jay says, Jags defense brought the heat. That is a fact. That is a fact. Meanwhile, King Henry, I feel so bad for a guy like Derrick Henry. He's just so good, and you're seeing his best years go to waste on a mediocre team year in and year out. For Tennessee, you got to do some things different. I know mid-season they fired their GM because they just was not happy with the direction of the team. We'll see if Mike Vrabel might be next and stuff like that. But Tennessee, there's a lot of things you're going to have to change because this was supposed to be your year to win the division again. But congratulations to Jacksonville. And so Georgia Roots, what's good with you? What's good with you, man? How are you doing? How are you doing? And you say, what's up, JB? And so, hey, glad to have you come through. And you say, glad to see you back. I'm glad to be back, and thanks for coming through. I hope all is well with you and your family. And let's see, Mike says, huge victory for wild card Jacksonville. bet. And let's see, Jay says Dobbs was inexperienced, but he did great for what the Titans are. He did what the Titans needed him to do. He did everything they needed him to do. Honestly, they just should have kept running the ball because their mistake of having him, throw the ball too much, and then the mistake of the fumble and picking it up for the score. Tennessee defense was also doing pretty good as well. You should have just trusted your defense a couple times when they had those turnovers, but hey, they showed confidence in the kid. He did good. This was not on him and stuff like that. So I do hope that he can continue to be quarterback number two moving forward for Tennessee, at least next year, as Malik Willis continues to develop. And then maybe one day he'll become, I guess, good enough to where you can promote him on the roster. Let's see. Mike says Free King Henry. Let's see. Georgia says, not sure if you've touched on this yet, but what do you think about Shannon and Skip? I have not touched on the situation between Shannon and Skip and stuff like that. And honestly, it feels like at certain times you can tell when guys are about to split and they're at that point now where they're just, like they're tired. They're ready for something different, the next phase and stuff like that. They're tired of each other at that point. So that's pretty much how I feel about that. But hey, everybody has arguments and stuff like that. As long as they can be professionals moving forward and stuff like that, that'll be, and all like that. But yeah, those two guys, I give it about a year or two, they'll be doing different things for sure. Braden says, good night. JB's here tomorrow for a huge game. Absolutely good night to you. And yes, I know tomorrow you're going to be fully invested for your Green Bay Packers. Let's see how things play out tomorrow. But again, congratulations, Jacksonville Jaguars, for winning 20 to 16. And hey, they are the AFC South division champs. And so they will play, possibly the Chargers, Ravens, one of those teams. We'll see how that plays out for sure. And so let's see. Georgia says, welcome to the marriage club too, brethren. So, hey, I appreciate that. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for sure. Thank you so much. Jason's great stream. JB, glad to have you back. And so it's glad to be back. And thank you so much. And congratulations to your Kansas City Chiefs for securing the number one seed. I know that's got to feel really good for the Kansas City Chiefs and all like that, especially all season long and stuff like that. I mean, Patrick Mahomes going out there and just having the season that he's been having. I know everybody at the beginning of the season was talking about no Tyreek Hill and stuff like that, but hey, Kansas City showed no Tyreek, no problem. Absolutely. But yes, thank you guys so much for coming through. Gonna go ahead and end the stream now. But hey, I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you guys will be back as well. Thanks again for coming out. Again, you guys are the real MVP,